season in Montreal, rough to say the least. Flashes of promise at the start. It's Jeremiah Masoli at quarterback for the Hamilton Tiger Cats, who has shown a lot more promise since taking over the Ticats offense in Labor Day. And yes, Darian Durant, final home game of the season for the Alouettes in what has indeed been a difficult, challenging one for him and for the Montreal Alouettes. Welcome to the CFL on TSN. Pink Week concludes for us here, and it's Week 18 wrapping up as well. Rod Smith along with Jock Climie, Matt Dunnigan back from the booth from the Winnipeg Argo game yesterday, and Milt Stegan along as well. And these guys want me to really sell this game dramatically. It's the Ticats. It's the Alouettes. Okay, let's face it. Both of these teams have been knocked out, so there's something else to play for now. We talked about this last night with BC. What is the motivation when neither of these teams can think about the postseason?
It's very simple, and it's one word. Stats.
That's hilarious.
That's what some guys play for every game.
What I was thinking, Jock.
Stats.
That's
now,
crazy.
what I don't, hey, that matters. That goes into contract, that goes into bonuses. There's all sorts of ego, all sorts of reasons to play for stats. What I don't know is what an O-lineman plays for. That I don't know, because there are no stats. Everybody else has a stat to be had.
That is such an off-the-wall comment.
I need no lineman to help me with that.
I never thought that'd come out of your mouth. I was not expecting that. Look, it didn't matter what for me. It didn't matter if it was preseason, regular season, or postseason. I was playing the same way. In the ultimate of team sports, guys, and when you're playing for something, this is when it becomes, I think, very personal and selfish almost. And you're playing for the name on the back of your jersey as opposed to the one on the front. And it's like putting food on the table. Because I don't think many people's jobs are safe for both these football teams. So they're playing for next year.
Plan for training camp. Very important. Also, you don't want to take this for granted. Not many people get the opportunity to actually step on the field and say they were a professional athlete. So every opportunity you get, you need to do that. For the Montreal Alouettes, they have a lot of old guys. This may be their last game ever planned for Montreal at home. So they need to take that and roll with it.
Well, I'll tell you, this game could mean something to Anna Brown of Bonnecourt, Alberta, because she could win a $25,000 home theater package from Visions Electronics if the kickoffs return for a touchdown in this game, thanks to Safeway Sobeys' $1 million touchdown to win promotion. And if a second kickoff is returned for a TD in this game, you can also win $1 million. So good luck, Ann, as we head off to Montreal to Gord Miller and Dwayne Ford.
Thank you, Rod. On a beautiful fall afternoon in Montreal. The colors are out and we're wearing pink for breast cancer awareness across Canada. CFL's Pink Week. And Week 18 comes to a close with the Hamilton Ticats taking on the Alouettes for the first time this season. They'll meet on the closing weekend of the season as well.
Maybe a little too late for some with, as the boys just mentioned, not necessarily a lot on the line in terms of the standings. But for Darian Durant, I think it's about redemption. A year that hasn't gone the way that he has wanted here in Montreal. He's looking to get things turned around and finish it off on a positive note. As for Jeremiah Masoli, he's had a terrific second half since taking over as the Hamilton Tiger Cats starter. He's looking to continue that and hopefully parlay it into a continued spot in that starting lineup.
So June Jones is 4-3 since taking over as the head coach of the Ticats, who opened with 8 consecutive losses. The Alouettes have gone the other way. Not a bad start, but they've lost 8 in a row now. And the losses have been by an average of 23 points. Stephen Logan back to receive. So it's the 3-12 Alouettes, the 4-11 Ticats. There is something else to play for that we'll talk about in a few moments. And that is the consolation prize to the team that finishes last. Kenny Allen in his second week as the Ticats kicker, taking over for Sergio Castillo. Now he helps make the tackle as Logan gets out across the 36-yard line. There is a tackle, or a flag rather, on the play. And there is Darian Durant. His last home start was that disaster against Ottawa. Started 0 for 6, was lifted, but did talk about the fact he didn't want to say that he was laboring in that game. He was, and actually missed the last couple with a hamstring.
Hamilton, number 23. 5-yard penalty, will re-kick.
So Hamilton offside on the kickoff, and they'll do it over again.
Yeah, as fans think back to that game against Ottawa, they'll remember Darian Durant underthrowing a number of passes. And really, as you said, it came to light afterwards that he was dealing with that lingering hamstring issue that made it hard to get his full power to fully step into and push into his delivery.
The following week, 3 interceptions against Toronto. That was his last start. Drew Willie has started the last 2 for Montreal as Durant heals from that hamstring injury. 35-year-old signed to a 3-year contract in the offseason. Logan fields that at the 15-yard line, and Logan moving up the sidelines, got the kicker to beat, and once again Allen makes the stop. But this time Logan gets up to the 53-yard line, and that's where the Alouettes will start. A 38-yard return.
Yeah, terrific field position for Montreal to get this started. A team that has not been particularly great starters during their current 8-game skid.
A bye week last week. Prior to that, a game against Edmonton, they had a 15-0 lead in the first quarter, and then 5 turnovers were their undoing. And the first down carry goes to Terrell Sutton, wrapped up right away by Adrian Tracy and this Hamilton defense.
And taking a look at the Alouette offense, Terrell Sutton certainly will be one of the key guys. They've leaned on him in recent weeks, a couple of 100-yard games for the former rushing champ along the offensive line. A couple of Western products. Gord, you knew I was going to slip that in. Sean Jamieson.
Absolutely.
The rookie is in at left guard. Chris Greaves starting at right guard today.
Second and long, Durant throws, and the pass over the head of B.J. Cunningham, a 2-and-out to open the game for Montreal. Mario Cooper was there on the coverage. How's Western doing, by the way? We're going to get a standings update at this time of the year.
Are you referring to the undefeated Mustangs?
I was, yes, I guess I was.
Yes, that's how they're doing.
Brandon Banks is back to receive. The Ticats do not have a kick return for a touchdown this year. That Beatty punt goes out of bounds at the 37-yard line. That'll be an illegal punt by Beatty, so move it up 10 yards, and the Ticats will have good field position to start. So Beatty shanks that one.
Yeah, not using a whole lot of the field so far in this ball game. But any punt, of course, it goes out of bounds in
Illegal
the air.
punt out of bounds. Montreal, number 14. 10-yard penalty. First down, Hamilton.
So out of bounds in the air between the 20-yard lines is ruled an illegal punt. So you had a unique situation yesterday.
Yeah, so Liram Hairolahu kicked the ball out of the end zone on the kick-out play after a missed field goal. That's what's called an open field kick. The ball actually bounced inbounds and went out, but if the ball had gone straight out, that's not the same as a punt. An open field kick can go straight out of bounds. Hairolahu fielded the ball cleanly, kicked it out, and really won the game for the Argos.
You know where he went to school?
I'm going to say Western.
Good guess, Gord.
First down from the 47-yard line. And the give goes to Alex Green. And Green, who had 13 carries for 140 yards in his CFL debut against BC a month ago, slices off tackle for the Ticats.
Yeah, Green continuing to take over at running back following the C.J. Gable trade to Edmonton. A couple other changes in that receiving core. Andy Fantuz and Jalen Saunders out of the lineup this week. You'll see Junior Collins, Felix Faubert-Lucier are in. Offensively for the Ticats, Riker Matthews and Tony Washington really solidified those tackle spots that were a real source of struggle early in the season.
2nd and 5, Mazzoli throws, almost intercepted up the sideline by Tavon Campbell. He knocks it down. It's a 2-0 for the Ticats, who lead the CFL in that department. They have 14 more than any other Canadian Football League team.
And a great break on the ball. Tavon Campbell working on the outside. He's playing that corner spot. That'll be a great speed matchup over on that side of the field. Tavon Campbell and Brandon Banks.
Logan back to receive. Allen tumbles that down to Logan just outside the 10-yard line. And Logan again up the sidelines, dances out of bounds at the 28. Second possession coming up for the Montreal Alouettes. Darian Durant trying to salvage this season as the Alouettes and Ticats are scoreless in the early going.
Get a Rogue with up to $5,000 standard rate finance cash or finance from 0% for up to 60 months.
Dear Mr. Danoff, my wife and I are now participating in your mutual fund. We invested in your fund to help us pay for a college education for our son. We've enclosed a picture of our son so that you can get a sense there are real people out here trusting you with their hard-earned money. In closing, thank you for taking the time to read our letter. Respectfully, Robert and Allison Scott.
For the last 20 years, my job has been looking at ratios, profit margins, business plans, the latest news, poring over the tiniest details to find an edge, validation. I never thought I'd find it in a personal letter, but I did. And that's why I keep it on my door. It's a gentle reminder that at Fidelity, we don't just manage money, we manage people's money.
CFL on TSN is brought to you by the Nissan Titan, official vehicle of the Canadian Football League. Montreal Alouettes this week celebrating the 40th anniversary of their 1977 Grey Cup win down the road at the Big O, the infamous Staples game, as it's referred to by those in Western Canada, the Edmonton area, who didn't appreciate that win maybe as much as they did here in Montreal.
Any young fans in particular that have harsh memories?
I seem to recall, yes, being a little upset about that as a 12-year-old. And now after the play, some pushing and shoving breaks out.
We'll take a look at this Hamilton Tiger Cat defense, and in a tough year there have been some positives. Davon Coleman at defensive tackle certainly stands out on that list, as does middle linebacker Larry Dean. Second-year Ticat has had a breakout year. Of course, Richard Leonard moving in from field corner to halfback.
Durant up and throwing, and the pass is intercepted, picked off by Don Anumba, and Anumba gets down to the 30-yard line, finally tackled by Luc Brodeur-Jourdain. So an interception, a flag now down on the play. So Durant is picked. The flag appeared to come after the ball was intercepted. So Anumba's got his second of the season. In fact, 2 in back-to-back games, had one against Calgary last week.
And this one probably feels extra special for a guy who was in training camp and played for the Alouettes early this season.
The interception is good. First down, Montreal. Or sorry, first down, Hamilton.
Dave Foxcroft is our referee today. As Kavis Reed looks on, and Kavis Reed's going to challenge the interception. So there's the challenge for Montreal in the early stages. So Reed is challenging the pass interference call, and we'll have the decision in a moment.
This football season, play $1 Million Touchdown to Win at Safeway and Sobeys in Western Canada. Swipe your Air Miles card for your chance to win. Every time a touchdown is scored, you could win a Honeywell Lyric Wi-Fi thermostat, a Garmin Fenix 5 GPS watch, or $250 to shop at Safeway or Sobeys. We'll also be awarding fabulous trips to Mexico. Shop and play at Safeway and Sobeys.
It's the final days of the Nissan Redline Clear-Out. Clear-out pricing on virtually all remaining 2017s, like up to $5,000 standard rate finance cash on Rogue, with available intelligent around view monitor to help you park like a pro. $4,500 on Murano, and up to $6,000 on Pathfinder with intelligent four-wheel drive, designed to automatically adapt to changing conditions. Or get 0% financing for 60 months on other select models. It's the final days of the Nissan Redline Clear-Out.
Someone's in trouble.
We need it. We need it all.
Oh, yeah. At The Source, we know connected home with security cameras, smart lighting, thermostats, locks, and more.
Mom, Dad, you ready to go?
Oh, they're ready.
The Source. I want that.
But Kavis Reed is challenging not the point the interception happened, but another receiver, T.J. Graham, who was going up the field.
Yeah, T.J. Graham is lined up in the slot to the offensive right side. He's going to run a corner route and kind of gets grabbed deep downfield by the defender.
So that's Mariel Cooper with the hands on T.J. Graham. It's a long way from where the ball was intercepted.
Yeah, and Gord, I'm not convinced that affected where Darian Durant was going with the ball as to whether he looked that way. Now, letter of the law, it is illegal contact.
The ruling on the field stands. First down, Hamilton.
So an unsuccessful challenge.
And I'm going to say this is a non-call that I like. Because by the letter of the law, yes, illegal contact. Nothing to do with the play, away from the play. It was at about the time the ball was being thrown that contact was made. So it had no impact. Good decision to let it ride.
15th interception of the season for Darian Durant. Now the Ticats have the ball at the Montreal 30. Mazzoli under pressure, gets away, and now heaves it up the field, and out of bounds is Junior Collins diving for that football, bring up second down. Greg Henderson there on the coverage.
We'll take the opportunity to have a peek at the Montreal Alouettes defense. John Bowman, great Alouette defensive end.
35-year-old.
Yeah, winding down his CFL career. We've talked about the veterans on this team. Chip Cox, another one of the long-serving vets, is out. KJ Morton will get the start at the nickel linebacker spot. Another first-year man, Brandon Dozier, versatile guy, will start again at safety.
Second down, Mazzoli throws, and Luke Tasker can't make the catch. A flag comes down on Henderson on the coverage.
Well, in this one, the obvious debate will be catchability of this pass. And the flag came down as the ball sailed over. Henderson grabbed Tasker on the jump.
Pass interference. Montreal, number 22. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
And I'm not convinced that even Luke Tasker thought he could get to this football. But right there, and Henderson certainly obstructs him. The grab right there.
So it's a first down for the Ticats at the Montreal 15-yard line. Ticats are last in total offense, last in first downs, and have the worst completion percentage in the league. But now they got a first down at the Montreal 15. And the give goes to Alex Green, and Green gets maybe 3 on the play down to the 12-yard line.
Alex Green, the University of Hawaii product, former NFLer, getting his share of touches, now taking over that running back spot.
June Jones, the new head coach of the Ticats, former head coach of the University of Hawaii. Mark has a gain of 2. It's 2nd and 8. Mazzoli swings it out for Collins. One-on-one with Henderson, and Collins brought down at the 4, has a Ticat first down. It'll be 1st and goal from there.
Collins is going to line up in that slot and just head out quick flat. Long throw from just inside that short side hash, but also, as you see, a long way for Greg Henderson to chase, allowing time for that completion to happen. Collins, a guy who's been around this team for a few years now, limited opportunities to play because of depth at the receiver spot.
On 1st and goal, and Green is wrapped up right away. Great stop there by Gabriel Napton, and it's a loss of a play of 2.
Well, Napton is going to come from the far side of the line here and just run this play down. And again, anytime you see the defensive end crashing like that on the run, I'm sure the Ticats will get back to the sideline, take a look at those iPads, and figure out whether there's an opportunity to fake the run inside, get that end to bite, and boot around that end.
2nd and goal. Masoli to the corner. Collins makes the catch, but he's out of bounds. And bring up third down for the Ticats, and the field goal unit will come on for Hamilton.
Well, Kai Hebert, number 34 on the right side of your screen, was amongst those, providing a little bit of heat on this one. Crashing down off the edges, collapsing the pocket. And the hurried throw just a little bit off the mark for Jasper Collins Jr.
With a 15-yarder puts that through easily, and the Ticats have the first points of the game. They come off the interception by Don Anumba, and Hamilton has a 3-0 lead on the Montreal Alouettes, playing their last home game of 2017.
Get a Rogue with up to $5,000 standard rate finance cash, or finance from 0% for up to 60 months.
Hi, I'm Darvin. I lost my foot in a lawnmower accident. Come on. Today I'm teaming up with the BC Lions to tell kids to play safe.
Cool lion.
Thank you. Go Lions!
What does a lion do?
Run.
Jump. Tackle. Roar. All right, Darvin, show me your roar.
Whatever game you play, play safe. A message from the Warriors.
We get so much free food with our no annual fee PC Financial MasterCard.
Yeah, we kind of look for any reason to celebrate now.
She was just my grandparents.
Oh, no. That's a real girl. You owe me $10.
Okay, let's eat.
Deviled eggs.
That was so special.
And it was all free, thanks to our PC points from this bad boy right here.
With a no annual fee President's Choice Financial MasterCard, you get so much free food, you can entertain more than ever. That's just good banking.
Week 19 starts with a doubleheader. Hamilton in Ottawa, starting at 7 Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific. Ottawa still gunning for first place in the East Division, but that's the last game of the year for them. Followed by the Alouettes and the Rough Riders. Nick Lewis, by the way, a late scratch for this game. So Eugene Lewis draws in for Montreal.
Yeah, a little bit of lineup juggling.
We're pointing out that for finishing last, there is a prize. David Neville, by all accounts, the Nebraska offensive lineman, native of Brantford, Ontario, would be the first pick of the CFL draft, which goes to the team with the worst record.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see. It's a pretty deep draft in terms of offensive line prospects. David Neville, of course, the University of Nebraska tackle, 6'9", was rated #1 in the Central Canadian Scouting Bureau rankings September.
Logan from the 5 gets out to the 30. And that's where the Alouettes will have their third possession. And Darian Durant spoke to us about evaluating this season.
I think I've been pretty inconsistent this year, you know, for whatever reason, whether it's me putting pressure on myself or just trying to do too much, or I just have to come out and be consistent. The guys look up to me, you know, to be that guy, to be that leader, you know, not only in the meeting rooms but on the field, and that has a lot to do with my play as well. So, you know, my main thing is just to go out and make sure I'm consistent so guys can have something to look towards.
That's his first completion at home since August the 31st against Ottawa. Prior to that, he was 0 for 9. His last 9 passes at home, picked off twice.
And here connecting with B.J. Cunningham.
19-yard gain.
Cunningham running that corner route. Ball was a little bit underthrown, but good adjustment by the receiver, going up and getting the rock.
Alouettes the ball at their 49-yard line. And here comes the blitz. Picked up. Durant throws to the sidelines. Logan makes the catch as the flag comes down and gets up to the 54-yard line for a gain of 5. And Logan indicating it's against the Ticats.
Illegal contact. Hamilton, number 94. 10-yard penalty. First down, Montreal.
So the Alouettes move to the Hamilton side of midfield for the first time. And have the ball just outside the Ticat 50.
Yeah, and this is one that the Montreal Alouettes have to like that matchup in space. The defensive end, Justin Capicotti, dropping in coverage against one of their quickest guys, Steph Logan, obviously best known as a kick returner in this league, a guy who's lightning quick and terrific in space.
Here's Sutton on the first down carry, and Sutton inside the 50 down to the 47-yard line for a gain of 3.
Well, once again, we've seen in recent weeks the Montreal Alouettes have really tried to establish that run game. Terrell Sutton, arguably their most reliable offensive weapon.
Had 139 yards rushing in that game against Edmonton 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and I mean, he had been somewhat negated because the team was always trailing. We talked about the slow starts. They had a good start against Edmonton, but in the previous 7 games, scarcely a point to be found in the first quarter of those games, so the run game would get forgotten.
Now Durant, the wide side out, and it's caught by Sam Giguère. Giguère up and running. Gets down to the 30-yard line. There's a penalty flag in the offensive backfield for Montreal. A 17-yard gain for Sam Giguère, just his 6th catch of the year.
Yeah, Giguère among those who battled injuries this year. It's going to
Major
line
foul,
up wide side.
roughing the passer. Hamilton, number 5. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Great job to pick that off the turf. In the meantime, Adrian Tracy is called for roughing the passer. And so now the Ticats are moving way back to their own end. The Alouettes will scrimmage at their 15-yard line.
And Tracy flagged for coming in low, as you saw again, outside that strike zone. Got a hit above the knees, below the shoulders. Appeared to lose his footing as he blew through the offensive line there with an inside move.
Montreal last in the league, Dwayne, in points per game. Durant, lots of time to the end zone. Ernest Jackson, touchdown! Sixth touchdown catch of the year for Ernest Jackson. And the Alouettes answer the 3 points by the Ticats with a touchdown of their own.
A connection that Alouettes fans hope they'd see a little more of this season. Their 2 big off-season acquisitions. B.J. Cunningham clears out the middle, opening the window for Ernest Jackson. Nice toss from Durant. Good job. Jack to go up and get it.
Let's go. Good job, boy. And now Beatty for the point after. And Beatty puts it through a 5-play, 80-yard drive, penalty assisted. It took 2.5 minutes off the clock, and the Alouettes have grabbed the lead. Darian Durant finds Ernest Jackson for his 6th touchdown of the year. And now a 7-3 Montreal advantage.
It's the final days of the Nissan Redline Clearout. Clearout pricing on virtually all remaining 2017s, like up to $5,000 standard rate finance cash on road, with available intelligent around view monitor to help you park like a pro. $4,500 on Murano, and up to $6,000 on Pathfinder with intelligent 4-wheel drive, designed to automatically adapt to changing conditions. Or get 0% financing for 60 months on other select models. It's the final days of the Nissan Redline Clearout.
Way of saying you're invited at the Appleton Estate. We are rum people.
Our latte begins with premium Arabica beans, decadent espresso mingling with 100% Canadian milk, a dance of ingredients. And And it's pretty great with Timbits. New handcrafted lattes from Tim's, now available in pumpkin spice.
Well, there's the man of the moment, Ernest Jackson, discussing his latest touchdown with the rest of that receiving group. He and B.J. Cunningham working in tandem. You're going to see the two receivers, Jackson and Cunningham, coming out together. They're going to come from the same release point. You're going to see Cunningham drags his guy across the field. That open space for Jackson essentially gives him about half the field, all that middle, to get open. He gets inside position on his man, who's anticipating, it appeared, an outside release. Darian Durant lays it in. Richard Leonard, the Hamilton DB, is going through a little bit of an adjustment period after playing the first part of this season entirely at corner. Now moving into that halfback spot.
Beatty puts that ball into the end zone. And so there'll be no point in the play. And the Ticats will scrimmage at their 25. So there's Jeremiah Mazzoli making his 8th consecutive start at quarterback for the Ticats. Zach Collaros hasn't thrown a pass since August the 18th.
Yeah, the Ticats had that rough 0-8 start, made changes, the head coaching spot and starting quarterback position both at that point. Mazzoli taking over along with June Jones and posting a 4-3 record since that time.
On first down, set up for Brandon Banks. Banks has got blockers in front of him. A first down and more as Banks goes up the sidelines and goes out of bounds at the 47. A pickup of 22 yards.
Nice execution on the hitch screen. Get it to Speedy B in space, but keep an eye on the center. Mike Filer, he's going to pull out of here and gets all the way around the horn to cut down a defender in space. Terrific block right there to take down the Owls' leading tackler, Kai Hebert, before he can run the play down.
Now Green around the left side, and Green takes a hard shot there from Henderson. Has a gain of 9, close to another Hamilton first down. The difference between the Ticats with Collaros on the controls and Mazzoli is they run the ball a lot more when Mazzoli's in the game. Mazzoli has rushed for over 300 yards this year as a quarterback.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's not even so much a matter of who's in at quarterback as a matter of a change in the offensive philosophy as they've adjusted more to June Jones as the head coach.
Here's Green. Gets across midfield down to the 52-yard line. That should be enough for a Hamilton first down.
You know, you bear in mind when Collaros was playing, they were running Kent Austin's offense, which had them passing the ball more heavily, whereas at the point where they were fully transitioned and running June Jones' offensive scheme with a little more of the run game involved, that was exactly the time that Mazzoli took over as the starting quarterback.
Four-man rush. Mazzoli up and throwing, and that pass is caught. A great stab back to pick it up by Shamad Chambers, and that's another first down for the Ticats and a gain of 12.
Yeah, stab is exactly the word. This one had some zip on it. Chambers has to sort of come back across his own body, changing his momentum. A good, strong catch. The former Edmonton Eskimo and Saskatchewan Rough Rider.
Here comes the blitz on first down. Mazzoli has time looking deep down the field. The pass is incomplete. Trying to find Chambers, but Tavon Campbell there with him. Check that. That was Michael Carter with him. And it brings up second down.
Given a little bit of time here Jeremiah Masoli able to set up and throw the deep ball. Shamad Chambers tried to turn on the Jets. Top right corner of your screen.
Little hand fighting down there. Brings up second down for the Montreal 40. Mazzoli swings it out for Green. The pass is incomplete. And he was lined up by the linebacker, Reggie Northup. And brings up third down for the Ticats.
Northup had his sights set on Alex Green as they're trying to set up a bit of a bubble screen to the running back.
Ticats will try a field goal here. A 47-yarder. Kenny Allen made his debut for the Ticats last week against Calgary. It was 2 for 2, but his longest was 27 yards. Former Michigan Wolverine. Luke Tasker, the holder. Allen has enough on it, and it is just good. Called the sweepers on that one. And Allen has his second field goal of the game, and now the Ticats trail by 1.
Well, good start to his CFL career for the former Wolverine. I would say they assessed his range right on that one.
It's a risky play, the long field goal. You have maybe the biggest mismatch in the sport with a lot of offensive linemen covering a guy coming out of the end zone.
And Steph Logan has already had a couple of nice returns, and a kickoff and a punt in this ballgame.
First down for the 35. Durant up and throwing, and the pass is caught as Sam Giguère makes the reception and gets up to the 43-yard line for a gain of 8.
And you'll see Giguère here working back to the football.
Came with just 5 catches on the year, Dwayne.
Yeah, he's a guy who's missed a lot of time due to injury this season. You know, and they've Alouettes in their circumstance have given the youngster George Johnson a lot of time on the outside, fellow Canadian, 2016 draftee of the Alouettes.
Durant gives it off to Sutton, and Sutton gets to the 45, which is what he needed for the first down. It'll depend on the spot. He should be close. It's amazing in this sport, Dwayne, how quickly things can unspool.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked before, Gord, about the intangibles and how much of an impact they can have, and confidence always being one of the big words that when things start going sideways and a few people start to lose belief, becomes very difficult for the group to succeed.
Right. And for Hamilton, just a start that they could not have imagined. They retooled their defensive backfield after last year. Now they've had to kind of rebuild that rebuild.
Yeah, it's been an interesting year, certainly in Hamilton, and really a tale of 2 seasons in terms of a change to the coaching staff as well as much of the personnel on the field.
Here's Durant on first down, has time. That ball was tipped, and it's short for Ernest Jackson. 4 of the 5 starting defensive backs for Hamilton today are in their first year with the team.
And you throw into that mix as well the former Ottawa Red Black Abdul Kanea, first-year Tiger Cat. There you see Simone Lawrence and Adrian Tracy.
Yeah, Tracy looks like got a hand on that.
There's Philip Lawley, started the season as the linebacker coach, became the defensive coordinator, replacing Jeff Reinbold in that role.
Now Durant stands in, fires, and the pass is caught by B.J. Cunningham for a first down at the Hamilton 52. A 13-yard gain for Cunningham, and a strike from Darian Durant.
B.J. Cunningham's a guy who really established himself last season in this offense and has proven, despite the Alouettes' offensive struggles, to be a consistent threat again here in 2017. The Michigan State product.
Here's Logan on the first down carry. And Logan gets 3 on the play as he crosses the 50-yard line. And we reached the end of the opening quarter as the Montreal Alouettes, trying to snap an 8-game losing streak, have a 7-6 lead on Hamilton as we wrap up Week 18 in the Canadian Football League season.
We're pregnant.
Excuse me?
I'm 8 weeks pregnant.
Go get him, Coach.
You will be good to your brother.
Sure you don't want to go to this gala tonight?
Can I come? He really thinks she's ready to
There's
go.
an opportunity to connect with her.
I understand you've already refilled the prescription one more time than you should have. Can't help a guy when he's in pain?
Jack, your dad, he's dying. Hi, I'm Jack's wife.
New This Is Us, Tuesday, 9/10 Mountain on CTV.
It all comes down to this. The Energizer Bunny gets the snap. He's still going! Nothing outlasts Energizer Ultimate Lithium.
It is a beautiful night for football.
They're on fire! This is the way it's supposed to be.
Bring him up, bring him up! The greenhouse ready to explode. Would you rather be than watching some CFL football? Here's the numbers through the opening 15 minutes of this football game here in Montreal, and the Alouettes have the edge in total yards. The one turnover, the interception thrown by Darian Durant that resulted in 3 points for the Ticats. Ernest Jackson with a 15-yard touchdown catch to give the Alouettes the lead. Gord Miller back here with Dwayne Ford on Pink Week in the Canadian Football League. Looking dapper as always, Dwayne. We talk about players playing for jobs. Darian Durant's one of them. He's got 2 years to go in a contract, but that could change in the offseason.
Yeah, you never know what the direction the Alouettes might start to go. It's very odd to suggest that a guy with the veteran status of Darian Durant is in something of an audition position at this point in the season. But I think you've got to consider, based on the way the year has gone, that's kind of the case, that Darian is out to demonstrate that injuries were an issue for him this year, but he's definitely still got something left in the tank.
On second down, Durant under pressure, and he is sacked. And in their first for the Ticats was Simone Lawrence, and that play never had a chance.
There's Simone Lawrence getting involved in that blitz package for the Tiger Cats. He goes A gap and backside, and you saw the center, Luc Brodeur-Jourdain, a little late getting to him.
So Beatty to punt. Richard Leonard back to receive. Beatty, great kick this time. And this is Banks from the 10. Brandon Banks gets outside. He's got some blockers. Banks gets around another tackler as he evades Lamar Toure and gets forced out of bounds by Montreal's Daryl Townsend. A return of 29 yards in good field position for the Ticats at their own 41-yard line.
Well, Brandon Banks finds himself back to full-time returning duties.
Yeah.
In addition to what he's doing on offense now with the injury last week to newcomer Willie Quinn, who had been the return man in recent weeks, trying to take some of the pressure off of Brandon Banks, who under June Jones has been one of the Cats' busiest receivers.
Right. Banks does not have a kick return for a touchdown his last 24 games. In fact, neither of these teams has a kick return for a touchdown this year. Mazzoli stands in, throws that wide side out. Tasker's got it. And Tasker's got a first down up to midfield. A gain of 13 yards.
Luke Tasker is another one of those guys who took a little bit of time, but seems to have rediscovered his mojo here under June Jones.
KJ Morton there on the coverage. First down, Ticats just on their own side of midfield.
You know, Tasker was a guy that I wondered about more than most in the adjustment from Kent Austin's system to June Jones' system, because this was a guy who had also played under Kent Austin in college as well as through his entire professional career. So probably the guy who had to undergo the greatest change in mindset.
Now Mazzoli throws again. Tasker makes the catch. No, he does not. Had it for a moment. The ball comes out. KJ Morton once again there on the coverage.
And Tasker got up to that football, but was still at that high point position, so not a position of strength when contact was made. Unable to secure that catch. Good defensive play there by KJ Morton, getting his hands in on the...
Mazzoli a pump fake, now room to run. Mazzoli a first down and more. Inside the 40, steps out of bounds at the 37-yard line, a gain of 19. And the dimension he brings to the football game.
Yeah, this is certainly an element added. The planned runs, planned quarterback draw there, as you saw the running back Alex Green looking to lead up on linebacker Kyrus Hebert.
Give to Green, and he got flattened as he received the football. Kyrus Hebert there on the tackle.
Leading tackler for the Montreal Alouettes. And again, you talk about a bright spot in a dark season. Kai Hebert at 37 years old.
But Bowman's 35, Hebert's 37. Chip Cox has a knee injury. He's in his 30s.
Yeah, and I mean, you've got to believe this is a team that's going to look to get younger in the offseason, but you see Chip Cox on the sidelines out of this lineup. But it's Kai Hebert is a guy who's going to make it very difficult as one of the elder statesmen on this team. Be a very difficult guy to replace as he's having a career year.
On second down, Mazzoli all kinds of time to the end zone, looking for Collins, and that pass incomplete. Back here on the coverage was Michael Carter. The Alouettes have only 7 interceptions on the year. That's the fewest in the league. And that one got away there. And now we'll get a third down and a field goal try for the Ticats.
Yeah, and the Ticats had 2 receivers heading into that territory. Brandon Banks went down, which leaves, as you see, 3 defenders in the territory with Junior Collins. This ends up being a heck of a defensive play by the Ticats receiver.
Now Kenny Allen, who hit from 47 earlier, will try this one from 45. No win. This has got lots on it, and it's good. So Allen is 5 for 5 to start his CFL career, 3 for 3 today. And the Ticats have retaken the lead 9-7 with 11.5 to go here in quarter number 2. You're watching the CFL on TSN live from Montreal.
What do newcomers bring to Canada? Beauty. Laughter. Pride. And, in J.W. Sobey's case, grocery stores. For 150 years, newcomer families have brought a lot to Canada. The Sobey family is humbled to have been one of them.
During the Yellow Tag sales event, you can get $2,000 off a hard day's play. From now until October 31st, save on a world of possibilities with deals on select 2017 Can-Am vehicles. Only at your local Can-Am dealer.
If you have diabetes, why prick your finger when you can scan? With the new Freestyle Libre Flash glucose monitoring system, you can check your glucose levels anytime, anywhere. You can do it when you're busy or simply at home. With the Freestyle Libre system, just scan the sensor to see your current level and trends and manage your diabetes. You can do it without lancets. Order yours today at freestylelibre.ca.
The Alouettes honor Jeff Parrott and Josh Burke, who both signed one-day contracts to retire as members of the Alouettes, being congratulated by a number of their former teammates. They were terrific in their time in Montreal. And those two big men are sandwiching our John Liu. John?
Thank you, Gordon. Jeff, very warm ovation for you and Josh from the crowd here at Molson Stadium. Considering that the O-linemen rarely get the glory, how did that ovation resonate with you?
It was nice. It was unexpected. It's definitely something I didn't play to get recognized like this, but it was definitely a special feeling. It was great to share it with Josh.
And Josh, considering that you guys were the tackles on arguably the most, the best offensive line in the history of this club, how much more special is it for you to retire with Jeff at the same time, considering that you guys were fixtures on that line?
Yeah, it's very special to be able to share with my family, my girlfriend, the fans, and Jeff especially. We came in the same year together back in 2007, so played a lot of games together. We were roommates on the road. This guy snores like you wouldn't believe, but that's okay. It was, it was a tremendous experience and one I'll never forget.
Very quickly, guys, then, what memories went through your heads when you walked into the stadium today?
I just think all the times we came out to just loud screaming fans and just all the good times we had with all the great players we played with. It's a lot of emotions, a lot of really good feelings and good memories.
And you, Jeff?
Yeah, it brought back a lot of memories. Obviously, I've moved on in life and played a long time, so post-football has been great, but you certainly come back to the stadium, you see the fans, you see the great city of Montreal, the organization, and kudos to the organization for doing this for both of us. We definitely appreciate it. Brings back emotions, but you remember the good times.
Thank you for this, Josh. Congratulations. And congratulations, Jeff. Thanks a lot, guys.
That would have been a great rumble for the remote control between those two roommates, wouldn't it? Of course, they kept that man clean for a long time, Anthony Calvillo.
Yeah, I think those offensive linemen and, of course, quarterback Anthony Calvillo, each a big part of one another's success. Calvillo got the ball out of his hands so quickly, he made life a little easier for those guys, and obviously they did a great job protecting him from any unnecessary hits.
Here comes the blitz. Durant gets it away, and the pass is caught by Eugene Lewis, who was a late add to the Montreal lineup. In place of Nick Lewis, he gets out to the 23-yard line to be a couple yards short of a Montreal first down. This will be a yard and a half short at least.
You're going to see the Alouettes come out of a little bit of a cluster here with the three receivers, and as you can tell, Ticats dealing with the intended confusion there, trying to sort out who was going to take the third man out there.
Cavis Reed sends the punting unit on. You talk about that Montreal offensive line, and it was great, and it was the best in the league. It was also an all-Canadian offensive line.
Yeah, and a great model. Obviously, it worked for them in terms of the things they wanted to do scheme-wise as well, but a great benefit ratio-wise. But when you have two tackles like Jeff Parrott and Josh Burke, it makes it a lot easier to line up with 5 Canadians across the board.
Banks from the 45 finds a seam. He's got the kicker to beat. Brandon Banks gets away, and now a foot race to the end zone, and Banks is gone. Brandon Banks is back in the end zone with a kick return, his first in 25 games, and he takes it back 65 yards, his 11th career kick return touchdown.
Well, you had a little bit of a sense, as you've talked about the droughts for both these teams in terms of the kick return game. But both Brandon Banks and Steph Logan have both had a little bit of pep in their steps here in this late season matchup that you thought one of them might end the drought today, and Banks is the first man on the board.
So the first kick return touchdown of the season for the Ticats, the third allowed by Montreal. counter attempt from Kenny Allen. Puts that through. And the Ticats now with a 16-7 lead. Brandon Banks takes one back. A big play for the Ticats to extend their lead to 9.
In my business, you've got to use quality equipment. Using anything else would be taking an unnecessary risk. That's the reason we use Bell. We can count on their network to keep our business golden.
With blazing fast fiber internet, advanced phone services, data security, and more, you can depend on Bell to keep your business connected. Do more and make more on Canada's largest fiber optic network.
40 Creek's story didn't begin with a commercial. It began in a humbler place, where it built its reputation by word of mouth, from mouths that had tasted the complex Canadian whiskey. 40 Creek, from a good place.
You have remarkable taste.
Yeah.
It's actually
Robitussin. To others, it's never just a cough.
Great news, Canada. With Bel Air Direct, it pays to be a good driver. You can save up to 25% on your car insurance.
That's amazing.
Congrats. You get an A for accelerating smoothly. And how would you like to celebrate with up to 25% off your car insurance?
That'd be great.
Good driver. You're a good driver. Woo!
Isn't it time you got rewarded? Switch to Bel Air Direct and save. More savings this way.
Get rewarded. Call or visit BelAirDirect.com.
So Brandon Banks, more of a part of the offense now for the Ticats, but contributes here on special teams. He's got 3 straight 100-yard games receiving, but now a 65-yard punt return for a touchdown.
Yeah, demonstrating that he's still got it, still a threat in this aspect of the game. The role that allowed him really to break into the Canadian Football League. But you mentioned that's impressive little run he's on as a receiver. With those 3 consecutive 100-plus yard games, the Ticats have had this tendency since Banks has been in on offense, last few weeks especially, hitting him with those long touchdowns early, trying to take advantage of his speed, whether it's been on the hitch screen or whether they've actually sent him deep. We haven't seen him that involved at all offensively so far.
Now Logan takes the kick off from the 15-yard line, and Logan trying to find a seam, gets out across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Stopped there by Hamilton's Felix Faubert-Lucier, a 19-yard return. So the great Gizmo Williams, Henry Williams, who really revolutionized the position. And Brandon Banks now one behind Earl Winfield, the great Ticat.
Yeah, pretty good looking crew there, but absolutely remarkable, the career of Gizmo Williams.
Yes. It's always been a delicate balance trying to integrate the kick returner into the offense.
To the two-man.
Yeah, I mean, they have typically such a tantalizing skill set. That quickness, ability to make people miss.
Durant sidearms that for Sam Giguère, and the pass is broken up by the safety, Courtney Stephen.
Yeah, terrific play there by the free safety. Courtney Stephen, who now, after breaking into the league in 2013, finds himself as the veteran of the Ticats secondary.
He's the only member of the secondary who was here last year. Never mind the 5 years he's been in the league.
Yeah, Brampton, Ontario native. Split his university career between Wilfrid Laurier and Northern Illinois.
Second down, here comes the blitz. Durant gets flushed and throws. The pass is caught by T.J. Graham, but back at the original line of scrimmage, maybe a yard gain. They'll bring up 3rd down for the Alouettes.
Alouettes overwhelmed by the pressure there. A couple blitzing linebackers, Larry Dean and Simone Lawrence, supplying the heat on that play.
And now Banks is back once again to receive the kick, along with Richard Leonard. The other problem is the wear and tear. on the return man. Beatty has that go off the side of his foot as well. Another illegal punt by Boris Beatty. And it goes out of the 50. That'll be a 10-yard penalty against Montreal. So the Ticats will scrimmage on the Alouettes side of midfield, with Hamilton leading at 16-7.
How does Boeing measure our commitment to Canada? In years. In jobs. In partnership. In support. And in dollars.
Introducing the all-new grilled wraps, the first Subway sandwich you can eat with one hand, leaving your other hand free to call a taxi.
Taxi?
Call a bartender.
Beer?
Or call a play.
Play?
Subway's new grilled wraps, garnished with tender rotisserie-style seasoned chicken, rolled in a savory tortilla and grilled for a perfect combination of melty and crunchy. Try our chicken and bacon ranch, BLT, and chicken Caesar today.
We get so much free food with our no annual fee PC Financial MasterCard.
Yeah, we kind of look for any reason to celebrate now.
She was just my grandparents.
That's a real girl. You owe me $10.
Okay, let's eat.
Deviled eggs.
That was so special.
And it was all free, thanks to our PC points from this bad boy right here.
With a no annual fee President's Choice Financial MasterCard, you get so much free food, you can entertain more than ever. That's just good banking.
Coming up at halftime, the GMC professional grade playbook, Henry Burris, and why a Canadian quarterback starting is close. Alouettes, we mentioned, celebrating their 1977 Grey Cup team, the 40th anniversary of that group. So dominant in the 1970s. Joe Barnes is here, Don Sweet. Dan Yoakum, great names from the past. First down Ticats for the Montreal 50. The pass complete to Banks, and Brandon Banks gets down to the 36-yard line. A hard tackle there by Kai Bear. Gain of 14.
And now with the kick return touchdown out of the way, Brandon Banks looks to get back to doing his thing offensively. As I mentioned, this will be a great speed matchup. We all know about the wheels of Brandon Banks over there, but Tavon Campbell, the CFL Combine record holder in the 40-yard dash.
Here comes the blitz now. Flags are down prior to the snap. You look at
procedure.
Brandon
Hamilton, number 66. 5-yard penalty remains first down.
The turnaround for him, you know, the coaching change happens. He gets incorporated more in the offense. For the last 7 games, he's being targeted about 8 times a game as a receiver, which is a dramatic increase.
Now we know, of course, June Jones' offensive roots lie in the run and shoot system, a system that is often built around smaller, fast receivers.
1st and 15 after the Hamilton penalty. Mazzoli throws, and the pass is caught by Collins. And Junior Collins gets past the original line of scrimmage down to the 32-yard line for a gain of 8.
And Mazzoli looked like he was thinking about getting ready to take off with that one when he spotted Junior Collins just sitting down underneath. Zipping one into the 3rd-year receiver.
And early movement there. The hard count by Mazzoli. Bowman's claiming that they drew him off.
have a feeling
offside. Montreal, number 7. 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
And this is just John Bowman doing the veteran move of immediately pointing at the offensive tackle when you realize that you twitched a little early.
So that'll bring up second and short now from the Montreal 27-yard line. .20-second clock wasn't reset. And they'll start it again. And the carry goes to Green, who gets the first down and more down to the 21-yard line, a gain of 6.
Green, physical runner.
So the Ticats once again driving here with under 5 to go in the first half. And here's Green on the first down carry, and a Bear has got him wrapped up right away. Hamilton will be in Ottawa on Friday night, then close out at home against Montreal. Owls are in Saskatchewan next week, then that closing game in Hamilton, so their final home game of 2017. Alouettes are 3-5 at home this year, but they're 0-7 on the road.
Good. That was Kai Bear making the tackle. That, by the way, number 100
yes.
on the season for him, which makes him the oldest player in CFL history ever to reach the century mark in tackles.
The great Willie Plus. Second down, flags down. Mazzoli throws for Tasker, and Tasker tracked down there by K.J. Morton just before he got to the first down marker. We'll see what the flag's about. And indication yards against the Ticats.
Offside. Hamilton, number 16. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
So the gain negated, and now it's 2nd and 16 for the Ticats as Banks went off.
We'll take a look. Banks is on the outside, closest to the top of your screen. Out of the chute just a little bit early. So the Ticats forced to settle for 3 field goals already. They've been in Alouettes territory now, up against it again at 2nd and 16.
Mazzoli facing a 4-man rush. Stands in, throws to the wide side. The catch is made, but well short of the first down. Is Alex Green. Tackle made by Greg Henderson. And once again, a 3rd down situation, and the Ticats will try a field goal. So Kenny Allen getting lots of work in his 2nd CFL game.
And Green had a free release out to the flat. Mazzoli looked out there early. A couple of defenders went that way, but you know, if he had known that ultimately that was where he was going to end up throwing the football, he'd have been better off if he had been able to hit him early and hit him in stride, or at least the running back had a little bit of momentum and might have been better positioned to make a defender miss.
Now Allen from the 28-yard line. He's 3 for 3 so far today. And make that 4 for 4. So now a 19-7 lead in favor of the Hamilton Ticats. 4 field goals and a special teams return for a touchdown to take them the lead in the first meeting of the year with Montreal.
Who's hungry for a paradigm shift?
I'm hungry.
Well, it's feeding time. Today, we disrupt the SUV. All-wheel drive? Of course. But why have cargo when you can have cargo isolation? Yeah, we call that trunkification. Put that in your hashtag. I give you the SUS, the Sport Utility Sedan, the 2018 Subaru Legacy.
Healthy, delicious dinner just got a whole lot easier with Chef's Plate. Make step-by-step recipes in 30 minutes or less with perfectly portioned, farm-fresh, local ingredients delivered to your door. Get 50% off your first order at chefsplate.com/cook.
Our rum, our bars, our way of saying you're invited. At the Appleton Estate, we are rum people.
Come on over, baby, whole lot of shaking going on. Yes, I say come on over, baby, we go wrong. We ain't faking, whole lot of shaking going on. Yeah, baby, shake it. I said shake it, baby, shake it. I said shake it, baby, shake it. I said shake it.
Rod, the boys back in the studio, 3 minutes to halftime. Coming up, we'll talk about the Montreal Alouettes and what they need to do to get back into contention next year. Some big decisions. Also, Calgary Stampeders. Why are you staring at me, John? Stamps first in the West again. Struggling the last couple of weeks, so any cause for concern? Let's go back to Gordon Dwayne.
All right, the Alouettes started their own 35-yard line, now down by 9. And Durant gives off to Terrell Sutton. No gain on the play. And we mentioned the Alouettes honoring their 1977 Grey Cup team. A good turnout in this reunion, including Johnny Rogers, the ordinary superstar, is there. Marv Levy, the head coach, is here at age 92. Larry Smith, the former commissioner of the league, is here. You think about what a time that was in Montreal. The Canadians had one of the greatest teams of all time. The Alouettes, 4 Grey Cup appearances in 5 years. There's Johnny Rogers. The Expos ascendant on their way to becoming one of the top teams in baseball, all at the same time. And not to be forgotten, too, the political backdrop of the time and how much those teams meant in this community. It was really a special time.
How's that going now?
Well, things are a little rough here for the local side.
Holding. Montreal, number 58. 10-yard penalty. Repeat. Second down.
The Owls are struggling. The Impact are struggling. And the Canadians, woof. Luc Berger-Jourdain called for holding. So that'll bring it back to the 26-yard line. There's Peter Dallariva, who has so much to do with bringing the old guys back and keeping the alumni together.
Great to see a lot of names that I recognize, remember from around the time that I first got into CFL football.
Durant throws a pass incomplete for Cunningham. That'll bring up third down. You go back to the 1977 Grey Cup, the Olympic Stadium in Montreal. Playing host to that game. The roof, of course, open in those days. It was a frozen day. Sonny Wade at quarterback to Dallariva. The field was like a skating rink. The Alouettes found a staple gun the construction workers left behind, put staples in their shoes to add the grip. And that rivalry with Edmonton was one of the best in the league. Banks takes that punt, moves up the sidelines again. A flag comes down late as he goes out at the 53-yard line. Marv Levy coached the Alouettes for 5 years, went to the Grey Cup 4 times. They won twice.
During the return, holding Hamilton, number 95. It's a 10-yard penalty. First down, Hamilton.
Levy, of course, followed that up with a stint in the National Football League, Kansas City, and best known to many as the longtime coach of the Buffalo Bills.
A World War II veteran is Marv Levy, who was once asked before a playoff game in the NFL if it was must-win, and he said, well, no, World War II was a must-win. I don't know if I can think of a coach in sports who's more beloved by his former players than Marv Levy is. First down from the 35, and here's Tasker with the catch, and Luke Tasker a first down out to the 50.
Well, Tasker doing a nice job making some people miss after the catch. We saw the Ticats working the crossing routes underneath, but recognizing zone coverage. Tasker doesn't just run through it, he sits down right in front of Masoli when he sees a soft spot.
Arize Bear shaken up on that play. So first down for the Ticats at their own 49-yard line.
You know, now we'll also point out as we talk about that 77 team and Marv Levy, you know, other of Marv's great contributions, a member of that team who's not here, Wally Buono.
Yeah.
Who got his break under Marv Levy and sort of part of the Marv Levy coaching tree. Wally, of course, now the winningest coach in CFL history.
Now Mazzola looking over the top. It's a foot race, and Banks can't quite hang on. Running with him is Tavon Campbell. A flag comes down at the end of the play.
Yeah, it looked like Campbell got a piece of Banks' arm just before the ball got in there.
Defensive pass interference. Montreal, number 32. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. First down, Hamilton.
He's just going on this straight go route here. And as I said, this was the foot race we wanted to see. You see Campbell running right with him. He's trying to time up. You see Campbell's watching Banks to see when he reaches for the ball. He sees the arms go out. He's trying to time it up to get his arm out just when the ball goes out. He doesn't necessarily have to turn around. But because he grabs that arm without playing the ball, the flag flies.
A 48-yard penalty. First down Hamilton, just inside the 15. Now Mazzoli to the end zone, and it is caught. No, it is not. Jones thought he had it. Mike Jones said he came up with it. The ruling is no catch.
And we'll take a closer look right here. Mike Jones, the two receiver, pushing into the end zone. Bending it out, little stem inside to create leverage to get outside. He's got it. Now let's see if that...
And now they're going to challenge it.
Yeah, let's see if the knee is hitting the sideline as he comes down or if he's down first. I think he's in.
This would be Mike Jones' first CFL touchdown catch.
Hamilton is challenging. That was a completed pass on the previous play. We'll review the play.
Oh, now, he may have trapped that football as he landed.
Okay, so foot down. You're good there.
Yeah, see, I think he's inbounds. He hasn't hit the sideline yet. Did he maintain possession the whole way?
So now a challenge by June Jones, who is 6 for 10 on the year. That's it for challenges for the two teams. Davis Reed used his in the first quarter. Mike Jones, who served a 2-game suspension for violating the CFL's substance abuse policies, tested positive for a performance-enhancing substance. Here's the ruling from referee Dave Foxcroft.
After review, the player caught the pass in the end zone. Touchdown.
So Mike Jones, thanks to a little help from the command center, has his first CFL touchdown catch.
Well, now can someone go back and get him the ball?
Now he gets to do his touchdown dance. It's not the same.
Yeah,
it's
touchdown celebration.
You're going to lose the moment, don't you?
Badly. Yeah, if you wanted ever to make a case for how instant replay takes some of the emotion and spontaneity out of the game, this was it.
Mazzola the touchdown pass, and now Kenny Allen's had a busy first half, the point after from the 33. And the Ticats pulling away now with a 19-point lead. That's a 3-play, 75-yard drive, aided by the 48-yard penalty for pass interference on Tavon Campbell. And Mike Jones, the native of Bryan, Texas, has his first touchdown reception in 2 years in the CFL.
Yeah, Texas native with those Canadian roots.
Yeah.
That one was for Junior, my son, back home in Texas.
Hamilton has scored 23 straight points here in the first half. The Alouettes haven't just been losing, Dwayne. Their last 6 losses, all by 14 or more points.
Yeah, and it's fascinating when you look at these two teams because the two halves of the season to date have been like mirror images of one another. Hamilton had 8 straight losses to start the season. They've gone 4-3 since. Montreal went 3-4 in their first 7 and has had 8 losses since. You know, the Ticats, you even look at their turnaround. When the Ticats lost their first 8, it was by an average margin of defeat of just over 20 points per game. You look even now at the 3 games they've lost, Gord, all 3 of them have been one-possession games.
Here's Logan from the 15-yard line. Step Logan gets outside for a moment, now cuts back in and gets out to the 36.
Anybody you want me to pick on? I'll get some dirt. Just let me know.
Keep doing what you're doing, all right? You're fine. I told you. The exit that way. That's the exit. Why is it so quiet?
Next installment of CFL Wired comes your way at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on TSN2 on Tuesday. By the way, the Alouettes have made those 4 in-season coaching changes. One of 2 teams to beat Calgary this year. Durant to the sidelines and closed quickly on that was Hamilton defensive back Mariel Cooper and almost picked it off. 7 drives for the Alouettes in the first half. 5 of them they've gone 2 and out. 2 and outs aren't everything, Dwayne, but they do really put your defense on its heels.
Exactly. I mean, there's, you know, time of possession matters. There's no question about it. Unless you are just a tremendous big play team, which the Montreal Alouettes aren't, time of possession really tells you a story, and you're absolutely right.
Flags come down, early movement on the right side of the Montreal offense.
Procedure. Montreal, number 66. 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
Brian Simmons moved.
You really start to see the impact of the offense going 2 and out. You see that impact on the defense in the second half, should they not be able to get things turned around.
Four-man rush. Durant has time and throws. The pass is caught by TJ Graham, but well short of a first down to mark him down at the 47-yard line.
Well, TJ Graham, relative newcomer in this receiving corps, has been in the starting lineup for a few weeks. He was actually with the Alouettes in training camp. They released him to allow him to pursue an NFL opportunity. When that didn't work out, he was brought back.
So another 2 and out for the Alouettes. They do not get a first down in that series. And Banks back to receive, along with Richard Leonard. Beatty, low driving kick sends Leonard back to the 20-yard line. Richard Leonard waiting for the blocks to get set up and runs headlong into Montreal's Tyree Hollins on the special teams tackle. The Ticats have the football back with 48 seconds to go in the first half. And you talk about the uncertainty for Montreal at quarterback. What about Hamilton? You've got the CFL's highest paid player on the sidelines in Zach Collaros. He hasn't thrown a pass in a game in 2 months.
Yeah, and it becomes a fascinating situation, you know, and because once Jeremiah Masoli got in and obviously has had some success in this spot, there hasn't been reason to make a change back. But it would have been very interesting, in my opinion, to see Zach Collaros have an opportunity to really run June Jones' offense, because what was going on, even though Jones got there and started implementing a lot of his stuff in the Ticats' 7th, 8th game of the season, the fact is they were practicing one thing, but still using Kent Austin's system in games. Zach Collaros wasn't in the best situation to succeed. He's never had an opportunity to run the new offense in a game, so we don't really know if things might have been different for him had he had that chance.
From the shotgun on first down, Mazzoli. Heaves that one up, trying to find Tasker, hand fighting down there. And the pass falls incomplete. Greg Henderson there on the coverage as he battled there with Tasker. And some pushing and shoving breaking out. Mike Filer, along with Ryan Bauman into it, with Kai Bear, the usual suspects.
Never surprised to see a Bear in the middle of the scrum. We take a look at the tail end of this one. Henderson boxing out the receiver. They both almost had a shot at this one. Tasker wrestling his arms free, and then Henderson plucking it away from him.
Talking about the fact that Montreal is 0-7 on the road this year. Ticats are 1-7 at home.
It's a remarkable turnaround considering how unbeatable they were at Tim Hortons Field when the stadium first opened.
Second down, Mazzoli throws, banks the catch, a first down and out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Bear is there, along with Campbell. A gain of 13 on the play.
Well, they've managed to connect Mazzoli and Brandon Banks on a couple of relative quick hitters. So you keep waiting for the fastest Ticat eventually to maybe set it up with a double move and go deep again.
Weighs 150 pounds.
Yeah, you can't hit what you can't catch, though.
And now Mazzoli wants to take off. He gets wrapped up quickly on the play by Jesse Joseph. Limits the gain to a couple. It's second and long now, 27 seconds to play in the first half.
Jesse Joseph, Montreal native, product of the University of Connecticut. They've had a pretty good Canadian pipeline in recent years. And another of the top draft prospects this year, Trey Rutherford, starting guard at UConn.
Second down. Mazzoli flush, stands in and throws, and the pass is caught by Shamad Chambers, and Chambers has a first down into the 48-yard line. Campbell once again there on the coverage. And that play comes at the end of the first half. Or did it? Yes, it did. The clock struck 0 just as the pass was cut. The Hamilton Ticats reel off 23 unanswered points and lead Montreal 26-7 as we reach halftime. And your host, Rod Smith.
All right, thank you, Gordon. Along with the panel of Jock Climbing, Matt Dunnigan, and Milt Steele, the Ticats scoring on 5 straight possessions to open this game wide open. So Hamilton, since Labor Day, when they did start winning after that 0-8 start, their future is looking brighter. But let's talk about the Montreal Alouettes right now, because the future is a lot more uncertain, I would think, Jock, with the age of a lot of their team. It's the oldest roster. I mean, what significant changes do you think they have to make in order to get back into contention next year?
I play in a hockey league in Aylmer called the 30-plus league, and it makes me wonder.
The 30-plus league.
30-plus league.
Like the 50-plus
it makes me wonder.
league.
The Alouettes.
You tore that up.
The Alouettes, I think, I do tear it up. I think the Alouettes think they're playing in the 30-plus CFL. It's amazing when you put this list together and you see this is only some of the guys who are 30-plus. I mean, there's almost 30 guys on this team who are over 30 years of age, and I'm not saying that if you're over 30 you can't play, but there is a drop-off. We talked about it many times over the years. There becomes a drop-off in your physical abilities when you get to 30. Look at the number of players, and we're talking starters there, key positions. This team is due for a major overhaul.
I think age is overrated. I really do. It's production that matters. And if you can separate the two and you equate the financial situation into the mix, which you have to at a certain point because the veteran guys are typically earning more money.
Right.
But are you saying you don't see a correlation between how old that team is and how poorly they have done this year? That's what you're saying?
No, that team is a mess from the inside out. And they tried to get it together this year in mid-stride, which we've seen them do many times. But I think age is overrated. It's production, and that is the GM. And if it's Cavis Reed, if it's his it's his responsibility to evaluate that over this offseason.
He's got a tough offseason coming up.
Yes, he does.
The thing, they can't blow it up. You can't blow it up. We have 9 teams in this league. Every single year, you expect it to at least make the playoffs. Some of those older guys produce. I won't say the ones who didn't. They know who they are, and I think they shouldn't bring those back. But even more important than all these old guys.
Milt, you said it last night. You got to come up with the all-pay cut team.
There's some guys
some of those guys are on that list.
But even more important than that, where's the heir apparent for Anthony Cavill? They still haven't found that person. I don't care what other positions you have. You could have the best receivers, best offensive linemen. If they don't have a solid quarterback, a young guy who they can bring in.
I'll put a list together. So either Kevin Glenn or Brandon Bridge is going to come available. And we've got Franklin, Buckley, Caleros, Lule, maybe. Those are the guys that I think Cavis Reed will be focusing on.
They have to find someone. They have to find somebody, right? You got to be. You got to be thinking.
And like all of those, they're not going to bring all those older guys back. They're not. They just can't. You just can't.
Yeah, I mean, it seems inevitable now. I mean, the way they struggle, missing the playoffs 3 straight years, and just the way this whole season played out. What about the Calgary Stampeders? We're going to talk about them. I mean, they win the West again, 1 win away from going to the Grey Cup. We'll talk Stamps after this.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Kijiji. Download the Kijiji app and score big on your next deal.
CFL grade and Grey Cup champion Henry Burris with the GMC Professional Grade Playbook.
There's an open him and Roosevelt, and it's going to be 2 touchdown passes for Brandon Bridge.
Seeing the recent success of Brandon Bridge in Saskatchewan has everyone talking about the next great Canadian to lead their team. Now in Calgary, Andrew Buckley is responsible for the short yardage and holding responsibilities for kicking situations, but he's shown major upside. The potential that these two have displayed shows the future is very bright. Let's look at some of the features that make up a great quarterback. Athletic ability, check. Arm strength, double check. Patience and management, yeah, they both got it. And when it comes to winning, major check for both of these young men. Opportunity, however, we still await for this. However, we know with these two, the game is in great hands when being represented by 2 of our finalists. Playoffs are on the line and it gets real intense, and we'll see you when we start Week 19.
Here we go, Week 17. Boom, throws, deep, over the top, picked. Here come the Cats. Well, Levi Mitchell wants to check it deep. He's got his man, he's wide open, and now there's an interference call. Can you believe this? Stampeders steal one in Steel Town.
Did we play our best? Hell no. Did we coach our best? Hell no. Okay, I can do better and I will.
Dave Dickinson Stamps need one more victory to claim home field for the Western Final. He is gone. Christian Jones, touchdown. More pressure. Mitchell got it away. Easy pickings. The Calgary Stampeders never lose, but they did tonight in convincing fashion.
We got to focus on us, look in the mirror and get better.
And that leads us to the latest edition of
Ruffles
Crunch Time. And the Calgary Stampeders, best team in the CFL at 13-2-1, but not playing like the best lately, Milt. I mean, they didn't look good at all against Saskatchewan this week. Last week, they barely beat the Ticats in Hamilton. Any cause for concern?
If I'm correct, they need to win 1 game to get to that one. Just like it was last year. Of course, they were more dominant offensively last year, but they're in the same position they were last year. 1 game, and they're in the Grey Cup. They have a few weeks to fine-tune some things. I know Bo Levi Mitchell and that offense, they need to get it together if they want to get back in the Grey Cup, but they're just 1 game away. Same position they were in this time last year.
Yeah, and I'm not too concerned. It's a 1 football game. Saskatchewan's highly motivated. I love what Chris Jones did with his football team. A little diversion. Duron Carter moving from wide receiver to corner. And phenomenal play by that young man, by the way.
Yes.
Can't say enough about it. But offensively, Hey, Bo Levi's been without Kamar Jordan, DeVaris Daniels for much of the football season. Those guys are going to get healthy, and they're going to have plenty of time to rest. I'd love to see Terry Williams in the lineup more and more of that offense, but that defense, we know what they can do.
Yeah.
And I just really think that it was an anomaly that they got a return put on them, because I believe in Mark Killam's special teams. But hat off to Saskatchewan for taking care of business when they had to. But I'm not concerned with the Calgary Stampeders. Look, they lose one time after winning like 12 in a row, and everybody's going, ooh, something wrong with the Stampeders? No,
yeah,
they're human like everybody else.
Yeah, it's hard to have that intensity and sense of urgency week in, week out when you're that much better than everybody else. Look, I agree that when I've watched them this year, they look different than in years past. And you don't get that same sense of dominance. But, you know, when you look at the stats, they still first in the league in points. They're second in yards offensively behind Edmonton. And most importantly, they're way out in front in terms of turnover ratio. Yeah, right. This is a football team that takes care of the ball and comes after you, leads the league in pressures. I like this team getting back to the Grey Cup.
The one thing that's happening right now is teams aren't thinking, well, they can just walk on the field and they're going to beat us. Teams seem vulnerable now, and teams think, well, we have an opportunity. Before, teams were saying, wait, this is the Calgary Stampeders. We know we can't beat them. That's not the case anymore.
Before that ball game, we were asked the question, can the Stampeders be beat? It was tough to say. It's tough to say. Yeah, they can. But they showed us the blueprint. Beat them in the turnovers, control the line of scrimmage, and don't make mistakes.
Well, there you go. Speaking of Grey Cups, Montreal Alouettes back in 1977, 40 years ago. They're honoring that team at the hat. What a great team that was, too, coached by Marv Levy. There's Don Sweet. Had a lot of field goals in that game. We'll be back.
I used to love going to sports bars for honey barbecue chicken, but now I'm doing the dad thing.
Yeah, he is.
So we go to DQ for the honey barbecue glazed chicken strip basket. I like this dad thing.
I like this blizzard thing.
The all-new sauced and tossed honey barbecue glazed chicken strip basket.
40 Creek's story didn't begin with a commercial. It began in a humbler place, where it built its reputation by word of mouth, from mouths that had tasted the complex Canadian whiskey. 40 Creek, from a good place.
Being King Midas, I expect the best of everything. You should too.
And we got all the top brands of tires for winter.
Yes, indeed. Take these Michelin tires, for example. Or these Goodyear tires over here.
We got more in the back.
Visit Midas and get a free winter maintenance package with the purchase and installation of 4 tires. Free service includes oil change, tire rotation, brake check, and more. Trust the Midas touch.
I started investing in the stock market 4 years ago because I started making my first big sales and having a little bit of extra cash. A lot of my investments are long-term investments, so I try and give myself distance from them, because sometimes you see things go up and down and it makes you nervous, it makes you want to do something, but it would be nice to be able to just step away and know that it's gonna be okay.
We average a good
2-3 times a week?
4.
That's a slow week.
At least.
We've been experimenting a lot.
He likes Mexican, but the Italian was the best I've ever had.
With the Skip the Dishes app, we can get delivery from pretty much anywhere.
We order from our favorite Thai restaurant.
The pub across town. Best burger chains delivered.
With the GPS, I know exactly when my food arrives. The Italian's here!
Try skipthedishes.com. Enjoy $7 off your first delivery with promo code HUNGRY.
Advil Highlight of the Month is back.
Now it's time to show us what you got.
So get ready to compete for your chance at the $25,000 grand prize.
You've got game, you've got skill.
And you definitely have a smartphone.
Submit your video to tsn.ca/Advil.
It's that easy.
Brought to you by Advil 12 Hour. Up to 12 hours of pain relief in just one pill. Advil and Go.
3 touchdowns in this game for every TD scored today and all season long. Safeway and Sobeys are proud to donate $250 to Special Olympics Canada. And to date, including those 3 TDs, Safeway and Sobeys have donated $108,000. Halftime in Montreal, all Tiger Cats. Here's Jock with the stats.
Well, cause for concern will continue when you look at the Alouettes and their offensive struggles. No longer cause for concern as to whether Speedy B can start getting it done on punt returns again. That was an electrifying return, and I think bodes well for his future contract situation in Hamilton.
It just might. It just might. Here's Speedy B now with John Liu.
Brandon, it's been nearly a season and a half since your last kick return for a touchdown. Describe the feeling when you crossed that goal line.
It was a little relief because, you know, that's what I do. You know, I'm a returner at heart. So it was a little relief to finally get in the end zone, put some points on the board on special teams.
If that was one moment in a tough season, what's your main takeaway from this entire season so far?
You know, a season is roller coaster. You have ups and downs, and everything don't go your way. But at the end of the day, you're a professional football player. We got to come out here and finish every game strong and play hard for each other.
Well, I know that the club is looking to some degree towards 2018. Brandon, as a veteran on this club, how important is it to you to try to set an example for the younger players on this team who will compete for jobs next year?
It's definitely important for me to set an example with my play and off the field. We got guys that look up to me, and like you said, for 2018, we don't want to be in this position next year, so we got to do whatever it takes to be in a better position around this time next year.
Thanks for this, Brandon.
Yeah, he'd been turning into Brandon Banks, strictly a receiver. Back to the electrifying punt returner again in this one in the first half. That touchdown, all Ticats 26-7, second half coming up on TSN.
He's just gearing down there too, Rod. Look at that.
Yeah.
Give him his money back.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Cracker Barrel. Now this is cheese.
Hey Canada, check this out. More cities and more restaurants now offer food delivery, exclusively through skipthedishes.com or the Skip the Dishes app. Choose from hundreds of local restaurants or national chains. Just place your order with Skip the Dishes. Then watch live GPS so you'll know exactly when your food arrives. Skip the Dishes is easy, convenient, and free to use.
Find out if Skip the Dishes is available in your area. Go to skipthedishes.com today. Get $7 off your first delivery with promo code DELIVERY.
Hi, I'm Christine McGee. At Sleep Country, we offer a large, exclusive collection of luxury and wellness pillows that will help you sleep better and feel better every day, like the BioSoy Memory Foam Pillow.
Inspired by nature, the outer cover is made from a combination of soya and rayon from bamboo called Soy Ambu, making it hypoallergenic with unique temperature-regulating properties. Inside is high-density memory foam made with natural soy oils for improved comfort throughout the night. We dropped a 10-pound weight on these regular pillows. But look, the BioSoy pillow absorbs the pressure. For a limited time, when you buy one BioSoy pillow, you can get a second one free. Simply visit any Sleep Country location or order online at sleepcountry.ca to get your buy one, get one free BioSoy pillow.
Improve the quality of your sleep overnight with the BioSoy Memory Foam Pillow.
Visit any Sleep Country location today or order online at sleepcountry.ca for your buy one, get one free BioSoy pillow.
Ready? All right.
Kentucky Fried Chicken changed to KFC because
they can't legally call what they serve chicken. Is this real? Did somebody actually write this?
100%. Can you say that on camera?
I take great pride. I have 4 children. I feed my family, our chickens, all the time.
The KFC $20 family fill-up made with real Canadian farm-raised chicken.
The C stands for chicken.
The 77 Alouettes being honored here in Montreal this afternoon. A lot of the guys showed up, and their whole club is down 26-7 to Hamilton at halftime. Here's Ernest Jackson with John Liu.
Well, Ernest, it always takes players some time to shake the rust off coming back from injury. What's your assessment been of Darian Durant's accuracy, touch, velocity, and all those components?
Well, everything's been really good lately coming back from Darian. He's definitely been having, we've all been having ups and downs over the season, but he came out here slinging the ball properly, and we've been making some catches. We made a little bit of mistakes on offense that brought us back, but other than that, we got to continue to execute.
How important is it to you for Darian and yourself to establish or build on the chemistry that has been sort of slow in coming through the season as you look towards next year?
Oh yeah, it's definitely important to build out a chemistry, especially with these last few games, and coming into next year we want to have something to build off of, and it's very important so far.
Thanks for this, Ernest.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hamilton will receive to start the second half. Darian Durant forgot something apparently, has to hustle back to the locker room. And Beatty will kick it off deep. Ross Scheuerman from the 10-yard line. And Scheuerman runs into a teammate as he collides hard there with Justin Vaughn. And gets out to the 29-yard line as Jeremiah Mazzoli back in controls. A workmanlike 11 for 19, 138 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, Mazzoli looking to
build on his 4-3 record as the Ticats starter this season.
They were in such a hole at the start of the year. They're still working their way out of it. They're still last in total offense, last in first downs. Still lead the league in 2 and outs. A lot of that happened before June Jones got here.
Yeah, 0-8 is a pretty deep hole in so many ways to dig yourselves out of.
You ever played a team that lost 8 in a row?
You say I ever played on one?
Yeah.
Close to it. I was on a 4-14 team in Toronto one year.
Banks takes that pass and gets out to the 31-yard line. Mazzoli making his 8th straight start for the Ticats, taking over from Zach Calaros. And 7-1 away from home. 13 touchdowns, 6 picks.
Yeah, pretty impressive numbers on the road. A guy who seems to make that his comfort zone.
Alouettes averaging over 8 yards, or Ticats rather, averaging over 8 yards on first down this afternoon.
Well, that makes second down a whole lot easier when the other team isn't pinning their ears back and coming after you in obvious pass situations.
Now Mazzoli slings that out, and Shamon Chambers wrapped up right away by Michael Carter.
Yeah, terrific play by Carter. Playing on the corner, Windsor native. Played his college ball at University of Maryland, veteran guy in this league, sort of a journeyman, but getting an opportunity to play here in Montreal late in the season. He fought off the block, come up and make a play right at the line.
Logan stands back at the 30. What the Owls miss from the outside, Dwayne, is sudden change players. Kick return, special team, or a defensive score. Logan lets that bounce. And now fielded by Montreal Dominique Termanson as a flag comes down. Need a big play of some sort. And now down 19 for their first possession here in the second half.
Healthy, delicious dinner just got a whole lot easier with Chef's Plate. Enjoy the convenience of ordering online from our chef-inspired menu with perfectly portioned, farm-fresh, local ingredients. You can easily make step-by-step, delicious and healthy recipes in 30 minutes or less, delivered coast to coast in a chilled box directly to your door. Join thousands of Canadians who are enjoying Chef's Plate each week. Get 50% off your first order. That's up to a $78 value at chefsplate.com/cook.
Hey, pal, I need a new car.
The Auto Trader app does all the hard work for you. No more searching. It alerts you when a car of your choice becomes available.
Oh, my God. That is fantastic.
Visit autotrader.ca.
Call of Duty is going back to World War II. We gotta get the guys back together. You busy?
No.
Then let's go.
What? All right. Who's next? Garcia.
You'll never get Garcia. He's got himself a wife and kids now.
It took you guys so long.
Okay, I guess we got Garcia.
Rated M for mature. Pre-order the bundle now.
PlayStation.
Looking back at the 1977 Grey Cup game, Peter Dallariva, a touchdown catch in that 41-6 win. He helps keep the alumni together here in Montreal, and they're standing by with our John Liu.
Well, thank you, Gordon. Peter, you're very accustomed to seeing the number 74 Dallariva on the Ring of Honor, but being here today with so many of your teammates from 77, how special has this weekend been for you?
Well, that's very special. You know, that's all you have left, really, you know, the guys you play with, and the great memories, and it's something that they can never take away from you, and that's what's good about it.
When's the last time you seen Marv Levy, and what was it like, the interactions that you had with him over the last couple of days?
Actually, you know, it must have been about when he was coaching the Buffalo Bills. I went down there for a game, and I called him up and told him I was coming in, and he said, I'll fix you up in that. But the first word he said to me, he said, you want to play? And, you know, Marv's always full of stuff like that. I said, no. I said, I live near there, and I see the game. So he invited me to the game. That was the last time when he was coaching the Bills.
That's more good memories to add to the ones you already have. Thank you for this, Peter. Much appreciated.
And Matthew Schultz now in the game at quarterback for Montreal. That first down completion, the 24-year-old in his first year in the league. And Schultz under pressure and is dropped. Sacked in the play by Simone Lawrence. And that'll bring up a 3rd and long for the Alouettes. Schultz might get a start in one of Montreal's last 2 games of the season.
Well, you'll see Simone Lawrence coming from depth, and this will always be the challenge for a young quarterback, is the ability to make those reads and deliver the ball quickly and efficiently. Obviously, that's one aspect of the game that's going to take a little bit longer, take some time to get used to, which puts him at risk of taking those hits.
No first downs for the Alouettes in the second quarter so far here. A flag comes down on this punt. And fielded there by Richard Leonard. And Leonard brought down by Darrell Townsend. And we'll see what the flag's about. It's 3rd and 8 for the Alouettes.
While the ball was in flight, holding Hamilton, number 30. 10-yard penalty. First down, Hamilton.
So that'll move the Ticats back.
An opportunity here if the Alouette defense can come up with a 2-and-out, maybe give the offense a short field. It could be what the doctor ordered to try and get them going.
You know what I mean by they don't have a sudden change. They haven't
there's no question.
Haven't had a kick return for a touchdown. They only have 7 interceptions on the year. They don't.
Yeah, I think offensively, you know, as much as B.J. Cunningham is a guy who has a pretty high yards per catch average, they're not a team that stretches the field as well or with as many different players as some other teams, or specifically receiving corps around the league.
By the way, Marv Levy will join us here in the second half in the booth. Gain for Green there was 4, brings up 2nd and 6.
So I said, creating a big second down here for this Alouette defense, looking to provide a spark.
And they give it back off to Green. Napton gets a hand on him and he stopped short of a first down. Montreal's allowed more first downs than any defense in the league this season. With all the struggles of Montreal trying to find the quarterback since Anthony Calvillo, the one thing the Owls could rely upon for a long time was their defense.
And I think really what has caught up to their defense is the thing that's been talked about a lot in recent weeks. Kate McKenna talked about it in her Now You Know segment on Friday night. The age, the collective age, the average age, however you want to look at it.
Kenny Allen, the punt. Taken by T.J. Graham on the Hamilton side of midfield. Graham wrapped up as he gets to the 47-yard line. Aaron Crawford down there to help make the stop. And so the Alouettes will have good field position, trying to make some noise with a new quarterback at the controls.
Our latte begins with premium Arabica beans, decadent espresso mingling with 100% Canadian milk, a dance of ingredients. And it's pretty great with Timbits. New handcrafted lattes from Tim's, now available in pumpkin spice.
Being King Midas, I expect the best of everything. You should too.
And we got all the top brands of tires for winter.
Yes, indeed. Take these Michelin tires, for example. Or these Goodyear tires over here.
We got more in the back.
Visit Midas and get a free winter maintenance package with the purchase and installation of 4 tires. Free service includes oil change, tire rotation, brake check, and more. Trust the Midas touch.
Our rum. Our bars. Our way of saying, you're invited. At the Appleton Estate, we are rum people.
We took the Camry and we reimagined, explored, crafted, and transformed. It all comes together seamlessly in the beautifully transformed, all-new 2018 Toyota Camry.
Since Anthony Calvillo last played for the Alouettes in August of 2013, this is what they've done. 11 different starting quarterbacks. That's been the most in the CFL in that time. They've missed the playoffs the last 3 years, and they're 31-49 overall. And now Matthew Schultz running things. 24-year-old of the Butler University of Indianapolis. Gives off to Terrell Sutton, and Sutton gets a couple down to the 45-yard line.
And I think for general manager and interim head coach Kavis Reed, I think he absolutely had the right idea in the offseason, recognizing that the #1 issue for this team in recent years has been instability and to some extent inexperience at the quarterback position since the retirement of Anthony Calvillo. That triggered the move to go out and get Darian Durant. Obviously, he's battled injuries, hasn't had a great season, which has led the Owls to where they stand right now, which is 4th place in the East.
Schultz finds Sam Giguère to the 40-yard line. The gain of the play is 6. That'll be a couple of yards short of a Montreal first down.
Giguère, the one receiver on the outside. Gets a little bit of a cushion there from Don Unamba.
And the Alouettes will gamble on 3rd and 2 from the 40. Here comes the blitz. Schultz stands in and throws. The pass caught by Ernest Jackson. The 3rd down gamble pays off as Jackson gets down to the 31 for a gain of 8.
Nice execution by all involved in the Owls offense here. Schultz knows it's got to be out quickly when the blitz is coming. Jackson gets his head around quickly. The guys up front did their best to get things picked up.
Alouettes' first down since the first quarter. Now Schultz up and slinging again. He finds Cunningham, who gets to the 25-yard line. And the tackle made there by Don Unamba on the corner.
Little play action sucks in the defense, allows Schultz to move that pocket a little bit with the bootleg.
Back to Sutton. And Sutton on 2nd and 3 gets close to the first down as he fights his way down to the 22-yard line, a gain of a couple. And they mark him actually at the 23. He'll be about a yard short of the first down, so another 3rd down gamble coming up. And Schultz goes under center. Dives ahead and should have enough for the first down as he gets thrown down hard there by Larry Dean, the middle linebacker. Schultz needs to cross the 22 for the first down, and this might be close.
We'll get a look at the surge here.
Looked like he had it initially. But they've spotted this ball outside the 22. I don't think he has it. And Kavis Reed can't challenge the spot because he used a challenge in the first quarter.
Come on with the spot!
And we're going to get the measurement here.
Yeah, it looks short though.
He's beyond that 22-yard line.
The only down you can challenge a spot is on 3rd down. And he's got it. So despite the right-footed spot, they get the first down, and the drive continues. A couple of 3rd down gambles, and the Alouettes are just outside the 21-yard line.
Showing a little bit of life with the rookie quarterback Schultz at the helm.
Anthony Calvillo calling the plays. Here comes the blitz again. Schultz is under pressure, and he is buried. Mariel Cooper comes on the halfback blitz, and Schultz never had a chance.
Well, as I talked about, this is the challenge with the young quarterback, just that ability to recognize. Keep an eye on the top of the line here.
Watch your sideline, man.
Pressure comes. You see Cooper and Nikita Whitlock in on the tackle.
Loss was 9. Here comes the blitz again. Schultz stands in, looking to the end zone, and the pass is intercepted. Picked off by Carriel Brooks in the end zone, and the Alouettes are turned away. First interception of the year for Carriel Brooks as he takes it away from TJ Graham in the end zone.
Sure, you could get him a new car. You could also light a pile of money on fire. Because as long as Mr. It wasn't my fault takes the wheel on occasion, maintaining this car is your best option. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Dad, where are you going?
Beats the defense. He shoots. He scores.
Get your goal-synced glass in select marked cases of Budweiser. Must be legal drinking age. No purchase necessary.
Safety you can feel with the 2018 Lincoln MKC. Receive $1,000 off our premium winter package or lease yours for $218 biweekly at 2.3% APR for 36 months. Learn more at LincolnCanada.com.
Emergency! Vitamins that pack a fizzy punch.
Into your day.
Well, Matthew Schultz under pressure put up this last ball, and the fact is, I think that Carriel Brooks, the DB, just did a better job judging the flight of the football than did the receiver, TJ Graham. Graham kind of slowed down, trying to assess where it was. Brooks picked up the location of the ball and realized it was going deep. He accelerated and just outran TJ Graham, who previously had a step on him, to get to it.
First down, Ticats now from their 25-yard line. Mazzoli throws, and the pass is incomplete for Mike Jones. It underlines the point, Dwayne, how long it takes to develop a quarterback. Both of Hamilton's, Mazzoli and Collaros, are 29 years old.
Yeah, it's so true. Very rarely have guys come into this league and had immediate success.
Anthony Calvillo was almost out of the league when he played for Hamilton.
Yeah, I mean, Calvillo had a decent rookie year in Vegas in '94 and then ended up going to Hamilton after that Vegas dispersal draft. And yeah, I mean, a lot of people had kind of given up on Anthony Calvillo until Jim Popp brought him into Montreal in '98 as a backup.
Now Mazzoli slings that out. Collins makes the catch, and Junior Collins has a first down and more. Devon Campbell makes a stop after a gain of 20.
Mazzoli throws the Tiger Cats out of field position trouble here. Long one out to Mike Jones on the wide side. Excuse me, Junior Collins out on the wide side that time.
First down, Ticats from their own 45-yard line. Hamilton in Ottawa next week. Ottawa still has something to play for. And they'll close at home against Montreal. Mazzoli looking over the top for Banks. He's got a step and makes the catch. And Banks walks into the end zone as he beats Devon Campbell for the touchdown.
Well, Brandon's big day continues.
Yeah. Had a step, lost a step, then had a step again. A 65-yard score.
And, you know, people talk about the strength of Jeremiah Mazzoli's arm. I think this is a guy who's underrated as a touch passer. Great adjustment to the ball. You talk about reading the flight as that battle continues between Brandon Banks and Devon Campbell. You know, Banks giving up something in height, but still on a bit of a jump ball situation because he adjusted well. He's able to come up with the win and the touchdown.
So a punt return touchdown, a catch for a touchdown, a 3-play, 85-yard drive for the Ticats, who now lead 32-7. And Banks is having himself a day. The CFL on TSN is back to Montreal.
During the Yellow Tag sales event, you can get $2,000 off a hard day's play. From now until October 31st, save on a world of possibilities with deals on select 2017 Can-Am vehicles. Only at your local Can-Am dealer.
Now at Burger King, try the new Bacon King. 2 juicy, flame-grilled 100% beef patties and 6 strips of thick-cut smoked bacon topped with a sesame seed bun. The Bacon King. There's no such thing as too much bacon. Only at Burger King.
5'7", 150 pounds is Brandon Banks, who's having a big day against Montreal.
It certainly is Brandon Banks. He's been one of the busiest Ticat receivers since June Jones took over as head coach. He got it all started for the Ticats with his first punt return touchdown in 25 games. Now continuing it as a receiver. This his 4th touchdown reception of 50-plus yards this season. The only player in the Canadian Football League with as many plays of that magnitude, as many receiving touchdowns.
He's caught touchdown passes this year. He's run for a touchdown. In his career, he's also returned a kickoff for a touchdown, a missed field goal, and of course all those punts.
Well, you know, Duron Carter would suggest until he lines up at recorder and get a corner for a pick 6, he hasn't done it all.
How about that? Logan from the 5. And Logan bounces up a couple of tackles and gets out to the 35. Montreal will be in Saskatchewan next week. A 30-yard return for Logan. And Schultz stays in a quarterback.
I'll be curious to see if Darian Durant, going back to Regina, gets the start again against his old team. I'm sure the Alouettes, as a team eliminated from the playoffs, are obviously in a degree of evaluation mode here for the final few weeks. These two teams, by the way, meet again in week 20 in Hamilton.
Well, Montreal beat Saskatchewan here in the opening game of the season for both teams. That pass is caught by B.J. Cunningham out of bounds at the 43-yard line. That was sweet for Darian Durant. Not a bad start for the Alouettes, but 3-4 turned into 3-12, and maybe heading for 3-13.
Yeah, tough go this afternoon against the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Alouettes had the game's first touchdown, Durant to Ernest Jackson, but it has been all Ticats since then.
Second down, Schultz throws, Cunningham the catch, and a first down across midfield to the Hamilton 54. Hamilton has scored 30 unanswered points in the game. Montreal's longest play from scrimmage is 19 yards.
A little double move there from B.J. Cunningham.
On first down, Schultz sets up the screen for Sutton. He's got a convoy in front of him, but Larry Dean slices through it and makes the tackle after a gain of a couple.
Larry Dean, as I said off the top, one of a handful of Tiger Cats to have what you would call positive seasons here in 2017. And during that 0-8 start, I think this is a guy that most people would say played pretty well for this team.
Schultz up and throwing to the sidelines. The pass is caught by Eugene Lewis. And Lewis is thrown down right away by Abdul Kane. Short of a first down, it would appear to be 3rd and 4. And the Alouettes will gamble again. Might as well give them the reps.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the boys talked about it back in the studio at halftime. The fact that this team still sort of has yet to develop a quarterback in the last, well, since they've been back in Montreal, going back to 96.
Full on blitz. Schultz is under pressure. He gets away from the first and just throws it away. He had nothing but trouble there. Justin Capicotti was in a flag, comes down at the end of it.
Now I wonder if this will be grounding if the ball didn't make it back to the line of scrimmage and didn't make it out of bounds.
Line of scrimmage was the 47-yard line. But you know, Dwayne, to your
Intentional
point,
grounding. Montreal number 18. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. It'll be 2nd down.
You know, and credit him with the decision making there. He knows it's 3rd down. But credit Schultz for at least recognizing the value of the field position.
It'll be Hamilton, 1st down.
Opting for the throw instead of the sack.
But to your point, Dwayne, when the Alouettes were great and Calvillo was at his best, the Alouettes would be rolling over people in the second half, and they would not put their backup in.
Yeah, no, I mean,
for the longest time, Calvillo would go start to finish no matter what the result.
Yeah, very true, and I know, a lot of people obviously questioned Mark Trestman about that during his time here, 08 to 2012. And, part of the suggestion was in closing out games, you want your veteran quarterback in there and so on. But it goes back even before that.
Now Mazzoli under pressure slides right in front of the on-rushing Nicholas Boulay, a gain of a couple for the Hamilton quarterback.
Because, the fact is, even before, 08 when Mark Trestman arrived was kind of, call it the third life almost of Anthony Calvillo. Right. If you look back to the Vegas and Hamilton years as part 1 of his career, and then up to 97. Or excuse me. This happens when you get old, Gordon. Yeah. 07. That's kind of the second part of his career during his time in Montreal. And then through to the end of his career as part 3.
Now Mazzoli under pressure just lobs that for Tasker. Luke Tasker has the 1st down, almost a basketball pass by Mazzoli there. And Tasker has the 1st down, a gain of 20.
Yeah, this is another example to me of the touch of Jeremiah Mazzoli. I think he does this so well in terms of sometimes putting different arcs on balls depending on what the situation is. There are times where you see him backpedaling because pressure's coming at him, and he'll throw a high arcing ball because he knows the receiver hasn't looked yet. But by the time the ball gets there, the receiver will have time to turn around and find it. He does it very effectively.
The give to Green on 1st down. Bear stops him at the 20 for a gain of 4.
I'll go back, Gordon, just to finish the thought about the Alouettes and the quarterback situation. I mean, to me, even in the part 2 of Anthony Calvillo's career, he became the Alouettes starting quarterback when Tracy Ham retired. And there was never really an heir apparent even then. Right. It's not like he was a young quarterback in 08 when Mark Trestman got here. There wasn't really a plan B. A lot of people thought Anthony Calvillo might be done in 2007. There wasn't really a plan B in place.
Montreal blitzing, and Mazzoli gets dropped. Sacked by the Alouettes, Jean Samuel Blanc, and that's the end of the 3rd quarter. So a solid defensive play at the end of that half, or the end of the quarter rather. On the day of the Alouettes are their 1977 Grey Cup champions, Brandon Banks has been the story here in Montreal.
We're pregnant.
Excuse me?
I'm 8 weeks pregnant.
Go get him, Coach.
You will be good to your brother.
Sure you don't want to go to this gala tonight?
Can I come? I really think she's ready to go.
This is my opportunity to connect with her.
I understand you've already refilled the prescription one more time than you should have. Can't help a guy when he's in pain?
Jack, your dad, he's dying. Hi, I'm Jack's wife.
New This Is Us, Tuesday, 9/10 Mountain on CTV.
Small things. An honest conversation. Your smile. Being for real. They're meaningful, impactful things that have potential to change not only a man's health, but change the truth. We can stop men dying too young by raising funds, awareness, and importantly, raising conversation. Help Movember raise funds to make a difference in a man's life. Do something good at Movember.com.
It is a beautiful night for football.
They're on fire! This is the way it's supposed to be.
The fans have been waiting a decade for this.
The Alouettes are rolling right now.
Did you see that?
Where would you rather be than watching some CFL football?
Here's your numbers through 45 minutes of play here in Montreal. It's been all Hamilton, 294 total yards, 3 quarterback sacks, the edge in possession, and Brandon Banks a 65-yard touchdown catch and a punt return for a touchdown in a 33-7 Hamilton lead. Ford Miller back here with Dwayne Ford. Are you encouraged from a Hamilton perspective what you're seeing, not just today, but the last couple of months?
Yeah, I think you have to be. And it goes back to what I talked about, even not just the wins, obviously, Hamilton at 4-3, looking like they're poised to go 5-3 under June Jones, but also when you consider, even in the games they've lost, where they were getting blown out in the first half of the season, the fact that their 3 losses under June Jones have all been one-possession games. They've been in every game. The degree to which they have competed has been terrific.
So the fourth quarter begins with Kenny Allen on to try a field goal of 35 yards. He's 4 for 4 today. Make it 5 for 5. And the Ticats have extended the lead to 36-7. Well, we talked about the fact that the Alouettes are honoring their 1977 Grey Cup team here today. The head coach of that team, the great Marv Levy, will join us now. And what a great scene prior to having all the guys together at halftime. And Marv, thanks for joining us. What's it like seeing all these guys again?
Oh, what a thrill, and what great fond memories of the guys in that team, the tremendous support we had from the wonderful fans here in Montreal, and the memories that I have. It was great.
5 years as the head coach here, 4 Grey Cup appearances, 2 wins. What do you think of most in those days?
Well, again, of the total organization we worked in, starting with our owner, Sam Berger, our general manager, front office people, and again, the support we had. And of course, the move, the middle of the next to last season, we moved to the Olympic Stadium, and 68,000 people showed up to cheer the Alouettes on.
That was such a special time, Marv, here in Montreal. The Alouettes were a great football team. The Canadians had one of the best teams in the history of hockey. The Expos were kind of on the ascendancy. A really interesting time in Montreal, wasn't it?
It certainly was, and you were evoking some great memories for me just by your questions. Thank you.
What did your time here mean to you?
A tremendous amount. It was, I was a historian. I learned what a magnificent city Montreal was. I mean, I was aware of it, but until you're actually here and experience it, you didn't know. So I enjoyed it immensely. I coached for 47 years. Only 5 of them were here, but those 5 years remain so prominent in my memories.
Coach, were there lessons that you learned as a head coach here in Montreal? Obviously, you had a great career as a coach in the National Football League, but were there things that you learned here that you took with you down south?
Oh, certainly. You learn all the time, everything. Some of your dealings with players. I learned really the big thing, how important total organization direction was, starting with the owners, like I say, Sam Berger, our general manager, our scouting department. It isn't a great coach. It's a great coaching staff. It's not just a great quarterback. It's a great defense that goes with them. All of those. I learned what a team game it was.
Lots of smiles at halftime when everyone got together. And, of course, we remember Tony Proudfoot, whose wife was here representing him today. But seeing all the players back from those days and getting a chance to pose for the picture. And Marv, I got to say, of all the people I know in professional sports and all the head coaches I've known, I can't think of a coach who is more beloved by his former players than you, and how they've stayed in touch with you. How proud are you of that?
Very proud, and I had a high regard for them. Again, they're not just pawns on the table that you move around. They're great people, and we had fine players on our team. You mentioned one of them. If I start naming them, I'll leave somebody out, and I don't want to do that.
Now, I have to say, Marv, I'm going to be honest with you here. As a guy who was living in Edmonton at the time, in 1977, there is still some unhappiness about that Grey Cup game and the assistance of the Staples.
Well, I can understand that. I have, honestly, I'm not just copping out. I did not know it had happened. Tony Proudfoot had called in an electrician or somebody knowing what the field was like and thought, gee, I'll put Staples in, we get better footing. I know it's known as the Staple game or as the Ice Bowl game. I honestly would have preferred not doing it, but it gives you a chuckle when you think about it in your memory.
Shabbat Chambers with the catch in a long game as he's pushed out of bounds by Greg Henderson. How has the game changed the most over the years that you've been around it?
Well, everything evolves over time, and you have to adjust. People find new things that happen. There's changes. When I first started coaching in college, there were 3 assistant coaches on the staff. Now there are 20 on the staff. That's changed. When I first started coaching, you had to play both ways, offense and defense. Now, of course, there's offensive and defensive players. One of the good things, I think, is become more and more apparent of how important the kicking game is. It's not relegated to a second-class category. There's only some of the ways.
Swings it up for Green. It gets pushed out of bounds. You are a great historian, a lover of history, and a man who fought for his country in World War II. My favorite line of yours ever was when you were asked if a game was a must-win for you, and what was your answer?
Actually, it was after we had lost a couple of the Super Bowl games at the press conference, and somebody asked me before a game, is this a must-win? And I contemplated, I said, World War II was a must-win.
Yes, it was. Great to see you, Marv. Awesome to see you. 92 years young, looking great.
Well, thank you.
And beloved here in Montreal, always.
Well, thank you very much. Great to talk with you and communicate with the listeners, your fans.
Good to see you, Marv.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Flags are down. Thank you so much, Marv Levy. A very special time here in Montreal, and great to see them here today. Great ovation for those players. You've won championships, Dwayne, obviously, and it does create a bond that really is unique.
Well, it certainly does. And, you know, I mean, as I said, my Grey Cups with Calgary, Wally Buono as our coach, I mean, that's kind of part of the legacy of Marv Levy here in the Canadian Football League. As I said, that coaching tree. But it's neat to watch. You see these guys that played together 40 years ago.
Offside, Hamilton, number 66. Offside, Montreal, the defensive line. Those penalties are offsetting. We'll replay second down.
So it's second and short for the Ticats.
Yeah, and as you alluded to, Gord, I mean, a group of guys that played together 40 years ago, and it's like it was just yesterday when you bring that group back together.
You remember Junior Ayew, what a great defensive player he was. Mazzoli goes around the right side and a foot race down to the corner as Mazzoli puts his head down, gets brought down there by Michael Carter, but Jeremiah Mazzoli dashes outside, has the first down easily. First and goal now from the 4.
Well, everybody's anticipating it's going to come inside, but they also create misdirection with the running back Alex Green bolting to his left. That pulls one defender out, but everybody's kind of locked in, ready to pinch down to the inside, expecting quarterback sneak. Jeremiah Mazzoli takes advantage of that tendency, that cheating by the defense, and his own speed to get to the outside.
First down, here is Green. Touchdown, Alex Green. And the Ticats are pouring it on now. 42-7 with a point after to come.
Watch how this one opens up for Alex Green. Tight end formation to the right. They're also going to get a kick out block. Watch the fullback CO Prime in motion. He gets the kick out at the point of attack. And Alex Green is in standing up.
So now Kenny Allen for the point after. And the Alouettes are on the wrong end of another lopsided score. A 6-play, 84-yard drive. Alex Green caps it off with his 4th touchdown of the year. Those were the days for the Alouettes. This ain't one of them.
How do you show up?
Let's go.
Do you just bring it? Or do you bring it all?
Lucas, you gotta go.
Third row like a pro.
Right now, get up to 20% of MSRP cash purchase credit on select 2017s and drive away like a pro. Visit a GMC dealer today.
We are professional grade. GMC.
Here's how to mop up without ever touching mop water. The Ultimate Whiz Mop gets right into the corners, and it rings out with a simple twist so your hands stay clean. Try high five. The Ultimate Whiz Mop, only $24.97 and only at Home Hardware.
40 Creek's story didn't begin with a commercial. It began in a humbler place, where it built its reputation by word of mouth, from mouths that had tasted the complex Canadian whiskey. 40 Creek, from a good place.
It's time to take your Crunchwrap love to the next level. Double the seasoned beef, double the nacho cheese sauce, and double the crunchy tostada. The bigger, beefier triple double Crunchwrap, only at Taco Bell.
Hi, I'm Courtney. So this is my first match story, so here it goes. I love meeting new people, diving into different cultures. So if you're out there, come find me.
Check out new match stories for free today. 18+.
40 unanswered points by the Hamilton Ticats, who were down 7-3 in this game in the first quarter, and have just demolished the Montreal Alouettes.
Well, the good news from a Montreal perspective is they got off to a good start, Gord.
Again,
you know, I mean, the slow starts were killing them.
You are really grasping at straws in a 43-7 game. But
if they can just resolve their issues in the other 3.5 quarters, we'll be all set.
A kickoff skips out of bounds. That'll be an illegal kick against the Ticats. The CFL on TSN returns to Montreal after this.
How do you want to live? As a decent person? Good husband? Is that it? Good? Of course not. King of the hill? Better. Top of your game? Win. All powerful. Like a boss. Like a pro. We couldn't agree more. We are professional grade.
Right now, get up to 20% of MSRP cash purchase credit on select 2017 vehicles, like the GMC Sierra. See dealer for details.
Emergency! Your immunity sidekick.
Ninja, your day. There's a quality to this place, a quality that's reflected in our people.
For me, it's our energy.
And our commitment to giving it our best with everything we do. Like Royale, made by a Canadian company.
We work to earn your trust every day with quality Royale products you can count on for every room in your home.
It's something we're all very proud of.
I'm proud. I'm proud.
Proud of Royale products. Proud that Royale is trusted by Canadians.
Royale, proud to be trusted by Canadians.
Who says I shouldn't have a soda every day? Well, my doctor, my dentist, definitely my wife. Hey, wait, we have better bubbles.
Where do they go from here? Well, we know where they're going next week, into Saskatchewan and into Hamilton. But beyond that, open questions for the Alouettes.
A busy offseason a year ago, and you have to anticipate more of the same.
Schultz throws a strike, and he finds Eugene Lewis for a first down to the 40-yard line. We mentioned that Matthew Schultz is out of Butler University, a small college in Indianapolis, best known for its basketball team pulling off a number of first-round upsets in the NCAA tournament. Not as well known as a football school. On first down, Schultz throwing up the field, and the pass is caught. A flag is down, but Eugene Lewis makes the catch, is down at the 1-yard line. There's a strike from Matthew Schultz.
Yeah, and I watched Schultz throw the ball a little bit in the warm-up and was impressed with the zip that he put on it, and he delivers some of that right here. And how about the concentration by Eugene Lewis in traffic?
A 39-yard gain. And Schultz will make
pass interference. Hamilton, number 14. The penalties decline. First down.
And despite the interference, Lewis makes the catch.
He's just heading right down that seam. Knell picks him up late, tries to get a piece of him, but Lewis just stays with that football.
The short yardage team comes on. Drew Willie on first and goal from the 2. Flags are down, and so is Willie. Got wrapped up right away. Langen was there to help make the stop. What's the penalty? Schultz may have to come back in here if it's against Montreal.
Illegal formation, Montreal, number 69. 5-yard penalty, repeat, first down.
That's backup offensive lineman Anthony Morris.
Right, so
been in a few times as a tight end. Not sure if he wasn't lined up on the line, or if he didn't report as an eligible receiver. Right. The fact that they're not calling it illegal formation, but rather the fact that they're saying illegal formation and assigning it to a number. I think he didn't report when he went in.
So now first and goal from the 7, and Schultz comes back in. Here comes the rush. Schultz goes to the end zone, and the pass is incomplete. Trying to find Logan Simone Lawrence there on the coverage, and he and Logan and having a jaw session in the corner of the end zone.
Yeah, and if these were regular rectangular end zones, Logan might have had a chance, but just ran out of room over there.
First Schultz pass, it wasn't caught today. 11 completions, 1 interception. Logan almost had that.
Yeah, good recovery by Lawrence to get there and create a bit of disruption as the ball arrived.
Second and goal from the 7. Schultz. Oh, it appears to be a broken play. Gets dropped by Lawrence and Kane. And the possession that began at first and goal from the 2 is now third and goal from the 13. Penalty, incompletion, sack.
Yeah, it'll be the field goal team coming out now for the Alouettes. Not even going to take a shot.
Really?
Surprised given some times that they have in fact gone earlier in this ball game. 3 points, not of a ton of value with a 36-point deficit.
Crowd not pleased. And the snap goes over the head of the holder, Willie. Boris Beatty throws it, and it's incomplete. And a flag comes down. Another flag comes down. an easy time right now. He's never here.
That might become a big seller.
Yeah. You can wear it to more than one arena. I think it's the first it's passed to an ineligible receiver. Not much went right after the big game by Lewis got them down to the 2. It's hard to imagine it going worse than that, but we'll find out on the penalty call.
Could have punted for the single from the 2 and they'd have been better off.
Ineligible receiver, Montreal, number 55.
Right.
The penalty's declined. It will be a turnover on downs. First down, Hamilton.
So Hamilton actually takes over at its 13-yard line. You can't throw to a player with an ineligible number unless he reports in, as you talked about.
Yes. And you felt like the bad snap. It came in high and inside to Drew Willie. Puts the turnovers. 4 by the Alouettes, a couple on downs.
4 turnovers by the Alouettes this afternoon.
Zach Collaros now in at quarterback for the Ticats.
Complete to Banks. And Banks gets outside. So the first pass thrown by Zach Collaros since August 18th. 2 months ago. Collaros threw 6 touchdowns, 1 interception in his final 4 appearances.
You know, and I'll point out again, this is the first time that Zach Collaros is having the opportunity to run June Jones' offense. Even though Jones had come in as a consultant, as an offensive consultant, and they started implementing some of his stuff in practice, they weren't implementing it in games when Collaros was playing.
And now Chambers forced out of bounds.
Shamad Chambers out to the wide side. Former Grey Cup most outstanding Canadian has been a nice addition to this Hamilton receiving corps. Former first-round pick of the Eskimos. Starred at Wilfrid Laurier University.
And now Green, the ball carrier, gets a couple. 2nd and 8. And there'll be lots of talk about Collaros. There has been during the season that Hamilton might have traded him during the year if they could get a deal they wanted. He and Mazzoli are both 29 years of age. June Jones has made it clear they will be playing to win down the stretch. They'll be playing their veterans.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team that, again, after an 0-8 start, you know, they've piled up their losses. They're not willing to take any more. They want to finish things on a very positive note here.
On the verge of going 5-3. That pass for Banks is incomplete. Devon Campbell got a hand on that to knock it away. It brings up 3rd down for Hamilton. You think how close they came. Grey Cup appearances. Everything seemed to be trending in the right direction, and then just a smoking crater the first 2 months of this season.
Yeah.
Collaros has battled injuries the last couple of years.
Unbelievable fall over the last couple of years, but I mean, it goes to show you how there aren't necessarily huge differences in talent, but sometimes those intangibles, you get a little bit of momentum, whether in a positive or a negative way. And it just snowballs.
Logan spun back and slammed down there by Connor McGuff for Hamilton. 5:24 to go here in the 4th quarter. Montreal's home schedule coming to an end on the wrong end of a big score.
Bigger doesn't mean stronger. Don't be defined by a weight class. Bring the heat. Pack a punch. Come back for more. Like a charge. Like lightning in a bottle. Mighty like a pro. The all-new Terrain, the compact SUV from GMC. We are professional grade.
Our latte begins with premium Arabica beans, decadent espresso mingling with 100% Canadian milk. A dance of ingredients. And it's pretty great with Timbits. New handcrafted lattes from Tim's, now available in pumpkin spice.
The Bell Network is now up to 2 times faster, so you can get your likes up to 2 times faster. Or download something you love up to 2 times faster. You can get the latest score up to 2 times faster. Or even set a new one up to 2 times faster. Canada's best national network is now up to 2 times faster.
During the Yellow Tag sales event, you can get $2,000 off a hard day's play. From now until October 31st, save on a world of possibilities with deals on select 2017 Can-Am vehicles. Only at your local Can-Am dealer.
Nice moment as the Alouette defense came off John Bowman being embraced by Kavis Reed. 35-year-old John Bowman. These are the players most sacks with one franchise. Only Bobby Jurison in Saskatchewan and Grover Covington with Hamilton had more with one team.
Yeah, it's been a great ride for John Bowman here in Montreal. With this anticipated to be his last home game here at Percival Molson Stadium.
And Terrell Sutton gets 4 as he gets up to the 35-yard line. The birds are circling again here in Montreal. I don't know how they know. You never see them for the first couple of hours here, and then hundreds of them show up in the fourth quarter. Can birds tell time? I know they have a good sense of direction, but pass complete to Jackson. So Schultz again moving the sticks for Montreal. What? It's just weird that the birds don't show up for the first 3 quarters. Now there's hundreds of them. Schultz takes off outside, room to run, and Schultz still going. Takes a pop at the end of that play, but he gets down to the 40-yard line. Jay Langa made the tackle.
Well, Matthew Schultz, the guy who's fighting to prove himself, maybe trying to prove that he could be the next quarterback here in Montreal. Not going to go down without a fight to the very end.
That throw hops in the turf. If he starts one of the last 2 games, that'll be 12 different starters for Montreal at quarterback since Anthony Calvillo started his last game in 2013.
And there's already been much speculation that he will start the final game of the season for the Alouettes in Hamilton. Obviously some desire for Darian Durant to be the starter when they go back to Regina.
Schultz at the line of scrimmage throws, but it's a one-hopper for Giguère. And the pass is incomplete, brings up 3rd down.
So after bringing out the field goal team on 3rd down on their last possession, now they're going to go for it.
On 3rd and 10. That was very passive-aggressive by you, by the way.
23 set. It's just making an observation, Gord.
You sounded like the parent that you are. So you had all day to do your homework, and it's not done.
Yeah, in our house, it's usually you've had all weekend, and here you are at 10 o'clock on Sunday night.
Schultz heaves that down the field. The pass incomplete. A flag comes down trying to find Eugene Lewis.
Get noticed like a pro in the 2017 GMC Sierra Elevation Edition.
First down, Montreal is roughing the passer called on Justin Vaughn. A flare there from referee Dave Foxcroft on the call.
And actually, Ted Laurent, the man came in a little low.
Pass went out for Jackson. Ernest Jackson puts his head down and gets close to a first down at the 16-yard line. Jackson had the touchdown catch in the first quarter to put the Alouettes up 7-3.
And much like the rest of the Owls offense has been quiet ever since.
Clock running out with Schultz throws. The pass is dropped by B.J. Cunningham. The 3-minute warning has arrived in Montreal, and not a moment too soon for the Alouettes.
Me and you just singing on the train. Me and you listening to the rain. Me and you sitting on the lawn. Me and you just singing our song just to rhyme, to shine and to pass the time.
Right now, get up to 20% of MSRP cash purchase credit on select 2017 vehicles, like the GMC Sierra. See dealer for details.
Yes means the world to you. When the world keeps saying no, it gives you room to breathe and room to play. Yes should be easy, because life isn't always. Yes is something we've said to over 230,000 Canadians who needed a second chance. When banks aren't an option, we're here with loans up to $15,000, which can help rebuild your credit and put you on a better financial path. Apply online or at one of over 200 branches across Canada.
Here's the head in week 19. Hamilton, Ottawa on Friday night, part of the doubleheader, followed by the Owls and the Rough Riders at 9:30. BC takes on Winnipeg on Saturday, and the Stamps and Eskimos hook up. Winnipeg had hopes of catching first place if they could win out, and Calgary lost out. Early movement, flags are down, Schultz throws, and the pass is caught. C.J. Graham has it, and a first down on the third down gamble. Inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line.
Again, Matthew Schultz.
Offside, Hamilton number 5. That penalty will be declined. First down, Montreal.
Has shown something, obviously, maybe a little bit different intensity and pace at this stage of the ball game. But has moved the ball a little bit. Shown he can use his legs. He's made some good decisions.
First and goal from the 7. Schultz in the end zone, incomplete for Cunningham. Schultz looking for his first CFL touchdown pass. He's come close a couple of times.
And one that just got away from the Owls' leading receiver.
Schultz fires again, incomplete once again, and the flag comes down late.
Yeah, there was definitely contact as Cunningham tried to make his break there. He was impeded by Mario Cooper.
Defensive pass interference, Hamilton, number 28. Ball will be placed at the 1-yard line. First down, Montreal.
So Schultz once again gets them down to the 1, but will make way for the short yardage team. And actually, they're going to leave Schultz in there. In the shotgun on first and goal from the 1. Gives it off to Sutton. Touchdown. The first points for the Alouettes since early in the first quarter. after Hamilton scored 40 straight. And Terrell Sutton takes it in for the score. Might go for two here.
Here's another look. The Terrell Sutton run. Good surge from the offensive line as Sutton's across the line. Now I want you to keep an eye on the left tight end here. Anthony Morris. He gets the physical mismatch against Abdul Kanay as the linebacker.
Yes.
Objectional conduct. Hamilton, number 14. That 10-yard penalty will be applied on the kickoff.
I might object to being manhandled like that too.
By a guy who outweighs you by 100 pounds.
Yeah.
All right. So now the 2-point conversion attempt for the Alouettes. Schultz lobs in the corner of the end zone. Jackson has it. Ernest Jackson gets 2. And the 12-play, 79-yard drive capped off with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
All right, it's going to mean nothing to the outcome of this game, but I love the way Ernest Jackson stayed with the football. It wasn't until the very last second that he took a peek down because he knew he was getting close to that sideline. Just good awareness, but good concentration on the ball.
It's been a long year for the Alouettes. Coaching change, defensive coordinator fired. Duran Durant playing hurt and then not playing. But some reason to smile for Matthew Schultz, who sees some game action. And there's a pretty good touchdown drive. After the penalty, Beatty sends that deep to Banks, and Banks will take a knee with 2:16 to go in the fourth quarter. And time now for our Nissan Titan player of the game.
Oh, with the biggest plays of the game came from one of the smallest guys on the field, number 16, Brandon Banks, 240 all-purpose yards. 4th consecutive game over 100 yards receiving. His 4th touchdown reception of the season of 50-plus yards. And oh yeah, his first kick return touchdown in 25 games. Brandon Banks is today's Nissan Titan player of the game.
Brought to you by the Nissan Titan, official vehicle of the CFL. Now, Logan Kilgore at quarterback for the Ticats, and a gain of 14 there. Correction, that's Golson now quarterback. Everett Golson.
Yeah, getting his first action. Golson in his 2nd year after finishing his collegiate career at Notre Dame.
'24-year-old. And Golson under pressure. Slides under the tackle. And gets a gain of 5.
Even though we're getting our first look at him, Golson's a guy who's taken some steps forward this season. Last year he joined the team midway through the season, so didn't have the benefit of training camp. Obviously this year, being there for day one, having spent half a season getting the feel of the Canadian game.
had not thrown a pass entering today. So that was his first CFL completion earlier. Now Golson under pressure. And he is sacked. Frederick Henry Ajuda with the sack for Montreal. And it'll bring up third down for the Ticats.
And Henry
timeout, Montreal.
Coming from the bottom, very bottom of your screen, that right defensive end position. It's a kid that moved to the United States from Nigeria as a teenager. Was originally a kicker on his high school football team.
Wow.
But he liked hitting people. And kind of outgrew the kicking job.
Literally. Kenny Allen to punt. Puts it high to Logan at the 15-yard line. And Logan, with a flag down, dances out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Inside a minute to go here in the fourth quarter.
So these are the situations you like. And
holding Montreal, number 43. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Getting a young quarterback into the game and the opportunity now, for example, again, even though it means nothing in the grand scheme of the game or even the season, but you get an opportunity to see Matthew Schultz now in theory run a no-huddle offense.
Right.
Again, these last few weeks, it's all about evaluation for the Montreal Alouettes and deciding where they go next.
Give to Sutton on first down. Flags are down. Right into Simone Lawrence. Time winds down here in the fourth quarter. General manager and head coach Kavis Reed looks on.
Offside, Hamilton, number 94. 5-yard penalty, repeat, first down.
I know Kavis Reed would emphasize interim head coach.
Yeah.
You know, he suggested a few weeks ago when I asked him if he was getting comfortable in the role, he said, I don't want to get comfortable in the role. He doesn't want to be the head coach.
That pass for Lewis is knocked away. Brings up second down. The Alouettes about to drop their 9th in a row and their 7th straight by 2 touchdowns or more. The average margin of defeat for the Alouettes in their 8-game losing streak has been 23 points. And today, they are down by 27.
And much to the pleasure of the Hamilton Tiger Cats, the Montreal Alouettes now have sole ownership of the longest losing streak in the Canadian Football League this season.
Right.
The two teams had been tied at 8.
So the Ticats will improve to 5-11.
Still be talking about us, man. Let's talk somebody else.
Offside, Montreal, number 85. 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
Matt Dunnigan takes a bit of a side swipe there from Brandon Banks.
With the day he's had today, Brandon Banks, I think, has earned the right to take some side swipes.
Third down, Alouettes. Or second down, rather, from their 7-yard line. And Schultz is dropped. Another sack for the Ticats. And Justin Capicotti got there to get him. So now it's third down.
And the youngster just sees the pocket close down around him. Nice bull rush there from Capicotti, the Simon Fraser product.
Not sure if the kicking team's coming on or not for Montreal. And yes, now it will. 50-0 on Edmonton. That one got away. Up 7-3 here. This one got away. Up 50-0 on Edmonton. That one got away. Up 7-3 here. This one got away. There have been nearly 300 penalty yards between two teams, 296 of them. Montreal has only 294 net yards in the game. So BD on to punt. And Montreal Cooper back to receive the kick. And the kicker knocked down there. And so we'll get a roughing the kicker penalty as Cooper gets bottled up at the 47-yard line. Aguilar with the contact of Boris Beatty.
Well, Aguilar maybe still a little irked about the 2012 Vanier Cup when Beatty's Laval Rougeayor beat his
Contact in the kicker, Hamilton, number 95. The penalty's declined. First down, Hamilton.
Rematch of the 2011 game, by the way, which was won by Mac.
That's holding it. That's holding a grudge for a while. That penalty's declined. No point in kicking again, I suppose. So now 10 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Montreal will go to Saskatchewan, to Hamilton to close out the regular season. Hamilton in Ottawa on Friday, then playing host to Montreal to close things out. Marv Levy said this is his favorite play in football. Victory formation.
Yeah, as long as you're running it and not having it run against you.
And the Hamilton Ticats will walk away with a 43-16 victory. June Jones now 5-3 as the head coach of the Ticats. And Montreal loses its 9th straight game. 43-16 the final score. Hamilton reeled off 40 straight points in the game. For Dwayne Ford, John Liu, all of us at TSN, I'm Gord Miller. Thanks for tuning in. Now stand by for Major League Soccer here on TSN.
It's that time